Alright, so I hope you guys know I just wrote 40 pages of notes between the time that I drove here. And,
I don't believe you.
I'm about to get seriously into this.
I don't buy it.
Okay, Reed Richards.
40 pages of notes?
Like, I just
Fucking Reed Richards.
40 pages in like 15 minutes, dude.
That's flash shit. That's not even read.
Yeah. What if he like created a typing machine so he could type as fast as he could think?
I mean, that
All
would
right,
be something he does.
Probably would do that. I could see that.
What if he stretched his fingers into like multiple other fingers and like typed way faster than he could possibly imagine?
I think I've seen that in the comics, maybe like him typing
Probably.
with long fingers or something like that.
It's so funny because, I mean, Morgan did look at me at one point when something was happening in the movie and was like, if this is the comic books, there should be nothing for him.
I'm mad.
Which is like the only comment of that kind that Morgan had the whole movie. It was just
Really?
funny. And I get why they did it. And we can talk about it when we continue into the spoilers because this is Spoiled It.
Yes, welcome to Spoiled It, everyone. I am Leon, the host, and I'm joined by Silas, co-host, and returning guests Marty and Dan. They always usually join for the Marvel films. Dan usually has been here for the shitty Marvel films, though, so it's always good when
Yeah, this is a real treat for me, guys, because like this is actually this
let's
and
go.
we'll be doing a Thunderbolts one as well.
Yeah,
where
we're late on it.
Outline how happy I was with that one too.
We're late on it, but since it ties in the Fantastic Four, we're going to talk about that movie at some point, too. But, yeah, we're going to talk about Fantastic Four First Steps today. Marvel, the MCU, actually finally doing a Fantastic Four movie.
And in my opinion, doing it great.
Yes.
I thought it was pretty
Absolutely.
fantastic.
And I think, like, that's one of the things we can address right off the bat, like, even though there's going to be criticisms, as always, that we're going to go into. And even later on, we're going to give our spoiler discussion. But first, we're going to give you a just regular review, spoiler-free. But I really thought this was, like, the first good Fantastic Four film. But, like, fan-fucking-tastic.
Really good.
Oh yeah,
like
100%,
really good.
The best,
Like
absolute best.
it's practically the biggest return to form that we've seen from the MCU in a long. There's been a close call a couple times. Like Deadpool and Wolverine was pretty good.
I feel like this is, like honestly one of my favorites now.
It is.
Like, I
yeah.
can't think of like anything that this really did bad. Like
Oh,
I just
I'm
had
happy
a
to
fun
hear you
time.
say that, dude.
Yeah.
I just had a
Fuck
fun
yeah.
time
Yeah.
with
I
this.
feel the exact same
like
way.
all
it's
the
like
way throughout.
I was literally messaging Austin about that.
some of the
Really?
best
Oh,
CG. Some of the best CG we've seen in a
Yeah.
superhero film in a long time. Like the CG.
Was that
particularly-
baby CG?
At times he was.
Okay, that's what I thought because there was a scene
But
where
it
the
seemed like
thing
they were
was
doing-
holding him, and I was like, "That looks rough." But most other
So this
points
isn't a
looked
spoiler.
fine.
This isn't a spoiler because they talked about Franklin Richards in
Oh yeah,
in
it's
the trailers and
trailers.
stuff. So,
And
but
it's-
yeah,
It's interesting for you guys because like I don't agree fully. Like I do have some I do think
Do you?
like there
What
were some
I'm
aspects?
interested.
some aspects of the VFX for sure. Like
Oh,
I
you
think
thought
that there
were
was
rough?
like
Was
specifically
it with Johnny
if I,
too?
Yeah, Johnny.
Okay,
not
yeah,
even
I
not
noticed a
even
couple
Johnny's
things
character
like
at all,
that.
but like him in human form, like standing in like sets, like on like supposedly.
Oh, that stuff looked kinda
Yeah,
weird to
it
you?
was like I was like, that's very not like that doesn't look good.
Do you think that has to do with so much of this movie just being like this kind of like 60s like alternate universe where like how much of that do you think was practical? I
Probably,
feel like
yeah.
a lot of it was from what I saw.
But I guarantee you, because Disney loves doing this shit. For a
Mm.
lot of those scenes, they used a volume. I
You
guarantee
think?
it.
For
yeah.
sure.
I guarantee you a lot of this film was filmed on a volume. Because
Yeah.
they did that for Infinity War. They did that for Endgame. They did that for basically the entire Mandalorian series.
Mhm.
Like, so much of that series is all filmed on a volume.
But no, everything
Um,
else like there was a lot of like great VFX in this film. Like
Yeah.
this film
The
was
thing
full
was-
of
the thing was
amazing.
perfect.
yeah, the thing
Oh
was
my God,
really
The thing was
good.
perfect. Literally the best
The best
Van
he's
Halen
ever looked.
ever.
Absolutely nailed it.
Literally
They literally yanked him right out of the fucking cartoon.
for
Yes.
real.
Like,
Yep.
right out of the comic book.
All
They
of
were
them,
just like,
all of
yoink.
them. I feel like they were very, very like.
I think
Oh,
it's the
yeah.
best depictions we've gotten of all four
Absolutely.
characters.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Eben Moss did a fantastic job. I'm gonna keep using that word, and it's gonna.
I guess
I'm not doing it on purpose.
I guess to slightly almost like
I am.
navigate like a little bit who, even though we all like just said they're the best, I think they've ever been for a live action Fantastic Four cast, like every single one of them. Who would you say is the weakest, though?
It's hard. It's really hard because they all did such a great job with their characters. It's really, really difficult for me to say which one I thought was like.
Did you have one that you
Out
thought?
of all 4 of them, you mean the one that you'd
like, even though you really, because I liked all four,
yeah,
but like if you said
them all.
if you thought like a portrayal could have been like slightly better, or just like one was the weakest.
I think the weakest. Oh, sorry, did you want to go first?
No. I sorry, I'm jumping the gun. I was gonna say Pedro Pascal.
That's what
I was gonna say Reno.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
literally
and it's not even like I don't like his performance or anything like that, but it's
Everyone
just
did such a good job.
everybody
Yeah.
did such a great job.
No, I
and,
was
like, there
literally.
was nothing...
I said the same thing to my girlfriend. I was just like, I think Pedro Pascal is. I like.
He's
Loved
just
him
been in
and
a
is the
lot.
best read.
I think he's
Yeah.
been in so
But
much
he
that
just-
I associate him with too much now.
Yeah.
And I think like it's the same situation that I think we were saying with the How to Train Your Dragon, where like the Deadpool kid, I can't remember his name.
Okay, so
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking
Where
about.
you see that guy
Russell.
and
Yeah.
you can't not
Deadpool
see that character, and you associate it so hard.
yeah.
I think it's also the fact that you didn't see him using his powers, I feel like, as much as often or as he usually probably would do it.
I think
Mm.
yeah,
As you saw, like,
definitely.
like
yeah,
I
it
mean,
was
like
pretty muted.
Well,
I know in the comics he's like constantly using it, no matter what, like through his even writing his equations.
I think
all
they
this
were
other
worried
stuff.
it was gonna look like wonky.
I mean,
like
that's probably the
special
reasoning.
effects
Yeah,
for
I'm
it.
like when he does use it, it's not doesn't look bad.
No,
It doesn't really
exactly.
look bad
No.
or anything.
And
No,
I
it
think that's
doesn't.
what everyone was worried
It's
about
just
one
with
of those-
him.
And honestly, like, I think it's less for me the issue of seeing Pedro so much because I was actually just talking to Dylan about this earlier because he's a big Pedro Pascal fan, and I was talking about the fact that I'd heard that a lot over the years. It's like particularly when he got cast as Joel, and I kind of agree where people are coming from. Like I can see their point, but for me, the reason he's the weakest, quote unquote, as far as the portrayals go of the 4 main heroes,
Yup.
isn't even anything he did wrong. I think everyone was just really competing for that number 1 spot of how to best portray their character. Because like Ben was, I looked at Matt at one point and I was like, I can't believe Joseph Quinn as Human Torch is one of my favorite parts of this movie.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely,
he did a
hands
fucking
down.
fantastic
He was the
job.
best.
No, he did.
He
If I was gonna give
Him and
anybody the
he
best spot,
really
that was
surprised me. Yeah,
and
their
the Thing.
dynamic was perfect.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like-
But I really think that
Best
like
uncles
this was
ever.
the best Sue has been like by far.
Vanessa
out of
Kirby
was
any of
actually
the-
I
think a lot of Pedro's also character comes from his interaction with
Right.
Sue. Sue was
Yes.
like carrying that relationship.
True. Like that's what
Definitely.
like boosted him. Like where like otherwise maybe
Yeah.
because like
Which is
I-
kind of how it works in the comics.
I mean, that
Well,
is how
like,
it works
that's
in the
kind of-
comics. I'm
that's
not
kind of the
denying
dynamic
that
they
one bit.
have.
because like can I tell you a scene and because I think it's so interesting
Which
and
is
we
kinda
all
funny.
think Pedro is like the weakest link even though we like him a lot and he is really good in this, the best read we've gotten, like we said. I felt like it was like some of the scenes with like the baby. Like it was kind of like I didn't feel like a lot of like emotion from him.
Yeah.
almost,
Yeah,
where
that's
I was
what
kind
I
of
was.
like.
Yeah,
I feel like he like almost doesn't even care about this kid. Like I don't know. Like I get he's so like.
I think they were almost trying to emulate that feeling, but maybe they hit the gas a little too hard
Yes.
for some of those more important scenes. Where it's
Yes.
like you would expect his logical facade to fade a little bit.
Yes.
When
But
the
there's
kid's
really
involved, yeah.
parts that it doesn't really ever
But
fade.
it's like he just didn't
still
even
has that,
know
like-
like how to. I don't know. Like and maybe that's just part of like what they wanted to do with the
I
character.
think it
like,
is. I think it is.
Yeah, I do too. But like I think that's
And when he's like,
Do you guys?
where they could have really made him shine, or could have had like another emotional moment in the story, which there is plenty of in this movie. But I think it could have been another.
particularly
beat.
for Vanessa Kirby, like
Yeah.
some of those scenes she was in, she was like Simon said was or Silas said was a
That's not his
scene
real
stealer.
name.
Sorry, I accidentally used his alias.
How dare you use my government name?
Shame. Like he
Never
said,
again.
like he said, I feel like there's a lot of scenes in that film that she really carried.
Yeah.
Like not just
No, for
Pedro,
sure.
but also just like every scene she was in. Pretty much, she was like
I agree.
really hammering home this like desperate mother vibe.
Mhm.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
But like a badass though.
But like a
where,
badass,
like,
yeah, like she
Badass,
wasn't-
They made her like
absolutely.
actually badass finally, like where she like. Okay, no, we'll have to go into that thing I
Right.
was about to say later.
But
Ah,
they
yeah, I was
show
about to say,
they
I got
show
some-
aspects of how she's low key like the most powerful
Yes.
of all of the Fantastic Four. Like they kind of showed that in a
Instead
very,
of finally
very
just
cool way.
like doing the very basics of her abilities, which I think is basically what we've gotten in past movies.
Yeah, like,
just
right.
her literally being invisible. Like maybe she did a shield in the past movies or something too, from what I remember. But I think that's about it.
No further applications that we actually saw
Yes.
in this movie, which she does in the
But
comics.
in the comics, which I'm not even super into, like Fantastic Four comics, isn't she kind of like what this movie did? Of she's like low key the most powerful member.
Yeah, the
almost?
only person who could give her any competition is Johnny.
or her son
Well,
or his kids. Right?
if you consider Franklin part of the Fantastic Four, then yeah, he's the most powerful member of
Yeah.
the Fantastic Four.
That's for
and
all
it's
the
not
comic
even
book
close.
fans.
He's like the most powerful character in Marvel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Doctor
that's
Doom
what
is terrified of this kid.
That's what I've heard.
Like,
And so is Galactus.
Yeah.
Which is also finally they're
Done
doing
right.
Galactus
Oh,
right in
done
this.
basically the most
Perfect.
perfect Marvel villain we've had since Thanos.
For real.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
was literally no
And it was full
complaints.
video game like sort of stuff too, but like it was awesome.
It's exactly what you'd expect. It's the level of cheesy, ridiculous, over the top like nonsense you would expect from Galactus.
Mm.
Like when he talks in the comics, that's like basically what they translated onto screen. Is just how like just no humans talk like that, but he's not human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He's something else. So
Yeah.
like they conveyed that through his just very grandiose like not even evil speeches, because he really doesn't say much.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have a ton of lines in this movie, but every single line he has impact because of the context it's being said
And the
in.
voice is badass.
Yeah.
Ralph Ineson.
Yep.
Isn't that how you say his name?
I think so. I don't
Yeah,
know, though.
he's the one who plays Galactus in this, and I thought, yeah, he was way better than that fucking stupid fart cloud we got in the Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Oh.
God, so bad.
Yeah, it was great, and
Cosmic
like
fart cloud.
Rick and
It
Morty
was.
fart cloud.
they managed to make the plot of how the fuck are they gonna actually pull this off. They managed to present everything in a way that it's like digestible
Yep.
and believable throughout the whole thing, and I think that's also a victory, because when you're dealing with fucking Galactus, keeping things believable is kind of a moot point,
Mm-hmm.
because he is just so fucking powerful that you have to be very careful with what you do and don't do in order to keep the threat believable.
Well, no, what's like another thing this movie kind of reminded me of is like almost like Mad Max Fury Road or something, where like I feel like this movie was like
It just
constantly
keeps picking
having
up.
momentum.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah,
like,
it is.
almost like keeping you like, holy shit, like this is kind of intense. What's
Just
going
when it's
on right
settling
now?
down, there's like some other thing that flies in and goes,
Right.
"Oh, the stakes just got raised," and it's like,
It's all
fuck.
it's very much not that movie I just said, but like it is in that way of the momentum, like I said. So I
looked
think
over.
it's really interesting for a Marvel movie, and it's like a roller coaster ride in the best way possible, not
Yeah.
like in a cheesy sort of way.
No.
Like
Just
really
fun.
really good, like at being comic booky, really good at like keeping like a good tone where like there are the jokes and stuff, but there are stakes, and like you do literally feel like
And they
people
do,
might die at points.
They do let
and
the
stuff, or
emotional
a
moments
universe
breathe.
might die.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they know when to
Absolutely.
take it pretty
They
seriously.
really
at
let the
times.
emotional
Yeah.
moments breathe. There's never any overbearing comedy, which has been a problem in some past Marvel films.
Yo.
And the comedy was pretty good when it had
Oh, it was
Oh, yeah.
Johnny was fucking hilarious.
hilarious.
Everything
Especially
had
the
a-
relationship between Ben and Johnny.
Yeah,
Oh, that was like my
that was
favorite
cool.
part.
I couldn't help but
banter
laugh
was
out
so
loud
good.
Yeah.
the whole time.
the banter was so good between them.
Like I think there was never I feel like that's why I'm like, this is definitely one of my favorite MCU movies now, because I feel like there was never a point with their banter where I was like, that was a stupid line or something
Right,
like
yeah.
that. Like every single one
It
pretty
felt
much
genuine.
hit.
It was pretty peak.
they really sold the
Maybe
idea.
not
of,
every
like,
single one was like made you piss yourself laughing, but
No.
like
you
but
get
like
like a little.
You get chuckles.
they all
at,
made
like,
you smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Right.
all made you smile at the very least.
It's like
so.
wholesome comedy where it's like friend banter type
Right.
thing, and it feels.
But
like
they
friends.
absolutely
And the whole
nailed it.
like family dynamic too. I didn't feel like that was like. I mean, like there were some moments that I'm sure we'll get into when we talk about the spoils stuff, but
you
like
didn't think that worked really?
that I didn't think that worked really. And,
I
like,
thought it did really
I
well.
think it did really well a lot of the
actually.
time, but there were a few moments that I was like, I still don't know
Yeah.
if that would have worked. But I guess like I think it does in my head. Like the more I think about it, actually, like the character actually does bear a lot of weight in this universe.
Yeah.
So like maybe their voice does have a little bit more weight when they talk about like specific like we'll get into it, but like,
yeah.
No, I the whole family thing didn't feel too forced or like cringy to me.
Yeah, but you thought like maybe it could have been done a little bit better. Do you think any of that had to do with like Pedro, like we said, like where like you felt like the family dynamic was good between some of the characters, but like as a whole it didn't maybe fully always vibe with you or like go above and beyond because of someone like him or something maybe?
No, I think there was like a specific moment in particular that I was just like, okay, I don't know, this whole like I get the whole family like dynamic that like you're trying to go for and like it's about family, but like I don't know if the world would respond to that very well.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel's head popping up through the fucking couch.
Oh my god.
And we'll get into it when we talk about the spoiler stuff.
I get what you mean
like,
now then. Yeah.
Like there was a couple aspects there, but like otherwise I thought like I loved every moment that
very
they were
much
together.
I think the moments you're sort of talking about, it's relying on that sort of thing, like almost like Spider-Man 2 did, like when they found out like Tobey's Spider-Man and it's like, oh, we won't tell, like, and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
Like, it's kind of
Right.
relying on, like, the good
one.
of the city and stuff like that. And, like, I think those sort of moments are, like, kind of campy and cheesy. And they're going to, like, either, like, work for people or not. But, like, I think in this movie, for me, like, it did work. I think especially since it had that 60s
I was gonna say
aesthetic and everything, like, that really worked.
Their
that
world is
whole
clearly
aspect.
not our world.
Oh yeah, it's like a 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
It's like Fallout. How
Exactly.
Society, in a lot of ways, in that film, seems a little more idealized.
Yo.
Like the whole love thy neighbor thing is like kind of just a universal truth. It feels like in their world.
Mhm.
Honestly,
very
great
comic-y.
world. I'd want to live there.
It is.
personally.
That's what I was.
super comic.
That's what I was
Wholesome,
building
all
up
things
to.
considered.
That's what
Great.
I was building up to.
That's what it feels like.
Is it was very much like they translated like that 60s world when
Yes.
Fantastic Four was being printed
Yeah.
and kind of just put it on screen.
No,
in the
exactly.
perfect way.
To the point where they
The
literally
camp was,
have
like, part of
exact
it.
comic covers that they brought to life like
Yep.
early in
Right.
the film and
Oh, yeah.
stuff. Like where I was just like, wow, this is crazy.
And then,
like,
and then there's
Yeah.
the cartoon, the old Fantastic Four cartoon.
Fantastic.
That
Love
how they
that.
riff on that.
They
Yeah.
kept referencing that throughout the whole thing.
Yep.
Yep, that was fun too.
And
Yeah.
and the thing's catchfreeze, of course.
Yep.
Yup.
Which is
Yep.
just like, dude, yes.
Say it.
Yeah.
About damn time.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
only
we
thing
want.
is though, like with this movie, they
That's the
addressed the
thing.
catchphrase with the cartoon, but will he say it? I don't know.
Yeah.
No one knows.
You'll have to find out in the spoiler talk. If you
Exactly.
are brave enough to stick around.
Stick
for such a
around
thing.
for that.
Later
Right.
tonight,
But-
Unspoiled It.
Unspoiled it. Find out.
But so what other aspects cinematography, like how did you guys think that was with this?
Pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
Like I don't really have any complaints with the framing of anything, with the shots. Like everything had like weight, it had depth.
Yo.
Particularly with Galactus again. Like there was a lot of shots of Galactus, which of course, you know, that's kind of a cheat code with CG, because sometimes when you're doing full CG scenes, you get to pick wherever
Yeah.
the fuck you want to put the camera.
Yo.
Now, I remember I've watched videos, Corridor Crew in particular, talk about this a lot, where one practice in digital art, in CG art, is trying to maintain that sense of you're still there, even if you're doing a full CG shot. Like when they choose where they're going to put the camera, the
Yeah.
digital camera, they're still thinking, like, in the context of the scene, could a person be there
Yo.
with this angle? Like, is that possible? And if it is, that's where you put the camera, because you get that sense of scale, and I feel like they did that
Really
with a
well
lot of
in
scenes
this.
with Galactus.
Yeah.
They were like, if you were actually looking up at this hulking 200-foot tall dude,
Like you think
What
a
would
lot
it
of
look
movies
like?
don't give like the
proper-
size of them and like the whole scale of it and everything
They
isn't
can-
really shown as well, like
They
or
can-
brought to life as well.
they can visually give you that. You can visually see the scale, but seeing the scale versus experiencing the scale
Exactly.
are two completely different
And you
things.
think
Like,
they made you actually experience it most of the time?
a lot of
through
times,
this,
yeah. Like it made me think, like, what if I was standing here and looking up, and I was looking at Galactus. It's like it would probably.
I
look
proceeded
like,
pissing my pants.
it would. Probably
I would
look
much
like
rather
that.
be not there.
Yeah, it's like it would probably look like that, and that would be
Fucking
fucking
Christ.
horrifying.
Is he
Yeah.
gonna be
Right.
judging me? Is the puddle beneath my feet? Is he
Yeah,
gonna judge?
Pissed
Meanwhile,
myself.
there's other films I've seen, and they did that. You know, another movie they did that really well in.
What?
Godzilla -1.
Yeah,
That's another.
Yeah.
That's another movie they did that incredibly well in, putting the camera
I
always.
think
in
I might
places-
have heard. I might just be totally pulling this out of my ass, but I think I literally read something saying that the director was inspired by Godzilla -1 for this. With
Dude, I
Black
will-
Widow.
Really? That's
I
that's
don't wanna,
awesome.
I
if that's
really
true.
don't want to get into spoilers, but there are certain scenes where I can 100% see that.
Yeah.
I know the. Well, the one from the
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
that it's like the scene from the trailer is part of it.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. I know what you're talking
And
about.
I can see the inspiration there if that's true.
that's that I can definitely.
Which would explain a lot because
Yeah.
it's like because again it's something that not a lot of films really think about.
Mhm.
Like a lot of filmmakers don't really consider that. Like, but your subconscious is so strong,
Yep.
and you
Okay,
don't
I think
realize
I think I
it.
pulled that out of my ass.
Oh well.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
you, heard
I,
it here,
Damn.
you didn't
you know,
hear it here first.
it's funny that you did.
Fuck it.
It's funny that you
We're
say
starting
that. 'cause-
that.
Source. I made it the fuck up.
Well, we'll get into it later. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it in spoiled.
but what all I was gonna say was is like, you know, like a lot of films don't really consider the fact that the human subconscious is like the uncanny valley.
Yeah.
And how strong that is. Like if you do a digital face, you gotta be really good if you're going for something not quite human but not quite inhuman.
Mhm.
Because if you don't do it right,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna look vaguely human but not, and your brain is gonna be like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's like it's just your subconscious is immediately gonna decide that it doesn't agree with that, and that's the same thing with scale done wrong in
Yeah.
films. You might not consciously be thinking that shot looks a little weird,
But like,
But
it
you are
does, your
thinking it.
brain does know it.
Yeah.
Right.
almost.
and so like you can't even really. You might not be able to articulate to somebody
And either
why it's
chooses to
weird.
let it slide, like whether if it's a comedy, it doesn't really matter, or if it's like serious, it
But
might
if you're
ruin
really
it
trying
for
to
you or
emotionally
something.
invest yourself in the experience, you can't.
Yeah,
if you have that.
exactly.
There was a moment with the car pulling up, and it's not like anything specific, but like the VFX looked weird to me. I saw like it kind of like turned weird, and like they got out of the car, and it was like digital at
It's almost
first.
like it was
and
like
then
hyper crank. Oh yeah, no.
You know what I'm talking
When
about?
they, when they
Yeah.
It's because they. You know why? It's because I bet you they transitioned from full CG
Absolutely.
to a volume.
Yes.
They did a transition there, but they didn't do a cut.
No.
They tried to do a transform.
Yeah,
between, like,
and
a
it did
CG
not.
shot and a
It did
volume
not
shot,
work.
and it looks a little fucking janky, like when you see it in full
Really,
speed.
I didn't
Yeah.
even notice that.
Well,
Actually,
we can talk about it more. It's not even a spoiler.
It's not even a
though.
spoiler.
Literally,
That's
there's
why.
just a scene
Yeah,
where the
that's not a spoiler.
there's a
You
scene
can
where
go
the
into it.
Fantastic car is coming in hot to like New York City streets. It's coming in real fast, and it spins, comes to a stop.
Dude, that's a
and
spoiler.
then Sue Storm and Ben Grimm get out of the car, or Sue Richards because they're married at this point.
Yeah. Or are they?
Dude.
They already
We
talk
don't know.
about-
We
they
don't
talk
know.
about
It's like
that in the
Superman. They
talk
just
about that
dropped
the
this
trailer.
in. They didn't tell us anything. What the fuck
No.
is going on?
But anyway, they come out of the car right after it lands, after coming in hot like that, and just the transition between like when the car lands and spins versus when they're getting
Yes.
out of the
Mhm.
car is a weird transition because
It's warped.
they
it
definitely
looks super
splice
weird.
shots.
Because the doors,
which is
like,
really
is
hard
it
to
like the
do.
door opens or something too?
It's
yeah, they get
it's-
out right after
yeah.
the car.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I know what you're talking
Yes.
about. Actually.
Yeah.
Cool shot in theory. Like if you saw the
To me,
previs,
a lot of
it
that
probably
stuff
was.
wasn't like ever like maybe it was like just barely passable for me because like I've seen bad like I've
Same,
seen
sure,
the
absolutely.
Flash like where like,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
just
There was
like
only
Ugh.
there was only a handful of shots that really
what am I
stuck out to
watching?
me. There's only
What
like
is this?
There's only like 3 shots maybe that
Fiend.
really made me think that.
Really?
And the thing is, if you're paying attention
The
to
Thing.
any of these big CG films, The Thing, yeah, here's the thing.
The thing.
If you're really paying attention to any of these big CG films, you're eventually gonna find shit like that in every film, everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some directors have even admitted that they do it on purpose.
Really?
Yes, there are certain.
Bless you.
They're like,
Like,
go ahead, see if you can find it. And
Like, have you ever-
Go ahead
I
and
did a
complain
good
to me
enough
in the
trick. You're
comments.
probably not going to
It reminds me of
notice,
the
but-
continuity error
That's
from
exactly what I was
from
just about
Infinity
to bring
War.
up. Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
Or maybe
With-
the
with-
Game
with
of
Indy-
Thrones
with
Starbucks
Thanos.
cup. Maybe they.
Oh, I was gonna say
purposely
Iron
put that
Man. No,
there.
that's Endgame, right?
You know what?
Oh my god, that is
Fuck it.
Endgame because
This
it's
can't
in
be
two
too
films.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's those two films.
Tweaks it a little.
But yeah,
Makes
either way,
purpose
no,
ma-
I'm talking about
mistakes.
Iron Man's
Yep.
jacket. That is
I don't
like
want them
on him
calling it
and not
out.
on
We
him.
can't give them something perfect, or else they're gonna fucking expect it from every movie. So
Liam.
let's do some fuck ups.
And Simon, do you remember the time that like I told you about this fucking continuity error that I noticed in Infinity War?
No.
Dude, it's the scene. It's near the very beginning of the film. It's after Thanos fucks up the Asgardians. It's after Banner lands in the Sanctum, and he's like, Thanos is coming. It's the scene when Pepper and Tony are like going for a walk, and they're like talking about like some shit, and then Doctor Strange appears and like comes out of a portal.
Yep.
And starts like talking to
Oh,
them
you think
about what's
that
going
looked
on.
wonky?
No. It's nothing about it being wonky. It's just a filmmaking error. And this is what I mean about if you watch a film enough times, you're going to find these in every film, even the biggest budget films. And it's in a conversation with Doctor Strange. Every time the camera's on Doctor Strange,
I think it's on with Pepper.
It's over Tony's shoulder.
Yeah.
And, like, you can see Tony has on, like, in the beginning of the scene, he has on, like, this sweatshirt. But it's like a nanotech sweatshirt. And at one point, he shrugs it off. You see him shrug it off his shoulders.
Oh, I do remember.
The camera
you telling
cuts
me
to
this,
him.
and then it's just.
It's still on. It cuts back to Doctor
it's
Strange.
gone.
Cuts back to him, and it's off again.
I
You
just
told me
thought,
that.
what
You
if it's
did tell
like
me
Doctor
that.
Strange's like cape, where it's
Yeah,
sentient,
right.
and
It just came right
it's just
back.
coming back.
Yeah.
It's like Tony's like, I can't get rid of it. Keep
Sir,
coming
I've
back.
noticed you're a little cold. Hold on, put
And
it.
it's a splicing error for the scenes, and it's one of those things where I bet you they knew about that. I
Interesting.
bet you they knew about that, but I also bet you they were like, "Fuck, we've already done all the principal photography for this. We've already done a lot of the visual effects for it. How can we make it as not noticeable as possible?" And I bet you 90% of people who have seen Infinity War have no idea about that scene.
Yeah, exactly.
They have no idea anything
I
was
didn't.
wrong because
I've seen
your
it a couple
eyes,
times
your
and I
eyes
didn't notice until
usually
you told
aren't
me.
Tony's
Yeah.
shoulders, they're
Yeah.
on Doctor Strange.
Right.
And even the
Focal
appearing and
point.
disappearing sweatshirt probably goes over most people's heads.
Not thinking
There's-
about it,
there's-
not looking for it.
And there's a bunch of shit that I've definitely missed
I
in
bet-
films that
I
other
bet-
people
Do
have
you guys
seen too.
think?
Fantastic
Do you
Four
guys
probably
think
has a bunch.
Tony Stark would be into try to bone the female Silver Surfer just like Johnny wanted to?
I feel like it would be less overt with Tony. Tony would make like sarcastic quips about like getting like dinner sometime,
Yeah.
but I don't think he would have any real interest.
Yeah.
I
Unlike
feel like
Johnny, who definitely had real interest.
I feel like,
I feel like
when-
Tony would have real interest. Also, he just wouldn't maybe act on it
Yeah.
because like Pepper is his one true.
Yeah.
my one true.
I guess it
My
depends-
one true.
It depends on what point in the Iron Man continuity he actually meets her.
Okay, Iron Man 1, Tony.
Oh, he's definitely fucking the Amy, I think. Like,
I mean, I'm not sure
That
he'd
movie
be her
based-
type based
Well,
on
what did
what
you
we've
guys
kinda
think?
seen.
What did you guys think of the female Silver Surfer in this Shala Ball?
I actually liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah,
What?
she did go.
Interestingly, I thought they
So
were gonna
dumb.
save it, but no, because in the comics she's the wife of the Silver Surfer.
Norrin Radd, yeah.
Yeah, and then no Norrin Rad or no mention of him even or
Yeah,
in this,
I
right?
was half expecting like during the
Thanks,
flashback
comic
you
book
see like
reviews.
Woke is dead.
you would at least see like maybe him or something like that, and it
Yeah,
picks her
so-
instead of him.
If you're expecting Silver Surfer, no male Silver Surfer, only female in this.
And you know what?
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about Julia Garner. She was great.
Yeah.
I thought she was a fantastic
Yeah, that's
Silver
why I
Surfer.
segued.
Yeah.
I segued and I was like, we're gonna
Yeah,
start talking about Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
That
I
was-
bet-
that was
totally
honestly one of the
unintentional, right?
Dude,
Best
go on.
characters in the
Dude,
film.
yeah, totally intentional.
Yeah,
no.
she nailed a good job at the
Like,
at
I
that character
genuinely
actually.
want to see
Very-
like Silver Surfer return for sure
Mm.
in some form.
Mm.
Oh yeah, especially when we get into the spoiled it what
Yeah.
happens.
Yep.
I don't even
Oh, yeah.
remember what happened.
Yeah.
Fuck up.
What the?
I can't wait
It's-
for you guys to tell me.
I
again.
can't wait for you guys to spoil this for me. I
Can't
haven't
wait for
seen
you
this
guys. The movie I just saw. What did you think of Natasha Lyonne? She's kind of an actress that's been in a lot of things recently as things like love interests that they had in here, which isn't that from the comics too, is like Jewish girlfriend.
Honestly, yeah. I
Yeah.
honestly
Yeah.
wish we got more of it.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
That might be one of
Yeah.
the sole. It's not even
It
necessarily.
almost seemed
a
like maybe it got
complaint.
cut down. Maybe.
Yeah, it's not even necessarily a complaint. It's just something I noticed was a bit underdeveloped, and honestly, like you said, it seems like it might have been cut down.
I think
because-
there was a
I
final
would've
scene
sat-
missing there, maybe
I would have
between
sat
them.
in the theater for 5 more minutes to watch a scene that.
It was
It
only
close-
an hour
close
and
that up a little
55
bit. Yeah.
minutes. This
It doesn't even
movie.
have to be
It cou-
that-
I kind of wanted it to be a little longer,
Same.
but
Me too.
exactly, maybe
Me too.
like maybe they just wanted to
Definitely.
make the cuts, but that could have been a 5 minutes that
Yeah.
really could have benefited this.
And
or
I'm
just
sure we'll
made
probably
it-
see that.
Yeah, I'm sure they're deleted scenes or
There's
maybe
gotta
an
be.
Ultimately,
I'm
extended
sure the
cut.
next one, the next one, that will probably flesh it out
See
a
it
little
even
bit
Definitely.
more.
more.
Especially
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
since in the
Maybe
thing
they
it
were
does
just
kind of look like
trying
they're
to-
more interested.
Maybe they're just trying
that
to
one
take that approach. Actually,
There's
like,
already a sequel in
because,
development.
you know, it is kind of because we always complain with these things. Oh, they rushed the romantic thing, and
Yeah, they didn't
wanna
rush this
the
one.
romantic thing,
maybe they.
dude.
Bro,
dude.
dude.
Oh, Leon's gone, guys. All right, we have to
All
we
right.
have to run the podcast
That's
now.
us now. Dang it.
Anyway, so yeah, Silver Surfer was pretty fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do wish we got more expansion on what was going on with Ben Grimm there, but yeah, I could see them. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the scenes clearly weren't that important for the overall story because we still had a great time and everything still made sense.
Yeah.
It helped. It helped to add a little bit of depth to Ben, which I mean, honestly, he's so involved in the movie, he didn't really need it, but it was awesome because, like we said earlier, he's one of the best parts of the movie.
Absolutely.
So it was always great to see him get some solo shots in the limelight, kind of see what his daily life is like. And
The fuck is rolling in?
yeah. So yeah. Ultimately, not the end of the world that they might have decided to trim down those parts, if those parts even existed in the first place. Maybe they intended it to be like this. But if they did trim them down,
God stan it.
if they did trim
God
them
damn
down,
it. I was just thinking, I was like, maybe I should just leave the rest of the episode.
No.
you have to transition us to spoil it. That's your job.
God,
If
the
you
whole
don't,
episode.
if you
Well,
don't,
yeah.
if you
Yeah,
don't
like, people
transition
watching
it,
will be like, huh? Like, wait, is he not gonna come back?
if you don't
Wow,
transition it to spoil it, we would just keep talking non-spoilers for like an hour and a
yeah,
half.
it just ends up
Yeah.
being 4 hours long.
Yeah.
4.5.
You come back
hours
down
later.
at like
Some
5
would argue
a.m. You're like,
this
you're
mov-
still up.
You
Some
got-
would argue this
you-
movie
you
deserves to be
fucking Ferris
talked about for
Bueller
that
us.
long.
You guys are still here?
How isn't this shit dead?
The next classic, the kids are
Go
saying.
home.
It's over.
Why are you still
It's
here?
over.
The next Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, the kids are saying.
Oh God.
It's the next The Dark Knight. Right?
What?
No. What are you talking about?
What?
I think we're losing
Wouldn't
the
they-
plot here a
Wouldn't
little
you
bit.
guys say that The Dark Knight, or like it's on this level?
No. What? What are you talking about?
In terms of what?
In terms of what?
Is it on the level of The Dark Knight?
Just in terms of overall quality?
Yes.
Yes.
The best superhero movies.
I would say so.
Or the best
Quality-wise,
superhero
probably,
movies
yeah.
of all
Yeah.
time.
I would say so.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a
this-
heavy title to bear. I don't know if I can give it
But
to
I
this
like
movie.
I like
that-
I liked it
I'd
for
have to
different
see
reasons.
it a little bit
What?
more.
I guess because I guess the only reason I ask is because we all seem to be on the
I'll-
boat that this may be one of the best MCU movies.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'll agree
So-
with that.
Yes.
Recent.
it is
in
in the
recent
top.
years.
It made my top 10
Yeah.
at least with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with
personally.
that.
So it's
Definitely with
bold
that, yeah.
and we're very fresh.
I'm
but
getting the steelbook.
yeah, I'm wondering.
Yeah.
You guys think it's up there?
Yeah.
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 Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
I think so
definitely.
too.
It at no point ever was I like questioning a decision or feeling weird about a certain thing I saw in the film, which admittedly has happened in previous MCU films that have come out recently. There's always been parts where I'm like, don't know about that, but then I still end up liking the majority of the film.
Right.
Yo.
But this is the first time I liked the film, and also I just was like, hell yeah, the
Yeah.
whole time, like
The whole
every
time.
single time.
No, exactly.
Every scene, I was like, fuck yeah, that's awesome.
No, but if you guys want to go in the spoiler territory soon, we can. But is there any other things we want to talk about, like in terms of non-spoiler things? Non-spoiler aspects?
I want to get to that spoilers,
I
baby.
will say, I
I
guess
think that's
my,
what everyone's here for,
I guess my
right?
closing non-spoiler comments.
Yeah, we can give our closing comments. I guess it seems like we're pretty much about there for the non-spoiler part.
Yeah, my closing non-spoiler comments, or even just comment, would be like, try your absolute best to detach your brain from any preconceived MCU notions. Like, if you
Yeah.
think you have like an idea of their like their usual formula and it's
Or their
just,
track
and you're gonna-
record
or their track
recently.
record, and you're just gonna try to use that as like a measuring stick going in. Don't,
Yeah.
because you're holding yourself back doing that.
Oh yeah, like just
Big
go
time.
into
That's
this
great,
and
yeah.
know that it's gonna be good. And like I think most people will end up liking this.
Yeah.
Whether they are on our level or not, it's to be seen.
Right.
Because I still don't know how we know how the critics have kind of responded to this, which is
pretty positive.
pretty good or pretty standard for a Marvel movie, but we don't know how much the fans, which is the
Yeah.
real thing with
The
the
audience
superhero
score.
movies, as we all know, like
Yeah.
how they're gonna feel about it.
Yeah.
And then this has tough competition because Superman just came out.
and that's beloved. by
What,
the
2
fans.
weeks ago?
Yep.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago from today. Still doing great at the box office. So this is obviously gonna blow it out of the water this
Oh,
weekend.
yeah.
But
Definitely.
I think it's gonna do even better than Superman.
Oh,
2.
for sure.
I think
this
so,
is
too,
cracking
yeah.
$1 billion.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
not to have
Easy.
it this divulged too much into the this sort of conversation, but I think this is better than that movie too.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
And I really
Agreed.
we all really like that movie
Yeah.
too.
And I thought that was fantastic.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Say that
we
again.
always said it again
Weird.
every time it
Same
has.
thing.
it's
every
not
time
intentional. It's really not.
Every
It's
time
just
it's said, someone has to put down the fucking microphone and leave.
shit.
Yeah.
Flies out of here.
Yeah, no, I'd agree
My
with that.
people need me.
So yeah, that's my closing non-spoiler comment. Just go in with a completely open mind. It's not even necessary because I think even if you have
that's a good closing comment.
even if you have a closed mind, it might just break down the door because it's actually that good. But it's better if you have an open mind. You'll have a better time.
Any closing comment for you, Marty?
I think I would say, honestly, you said it better than I could probably say it for sure. But I think just go see it. Honestly, like
Yeah.
just go see the movie.
I think so too.
Don't let anybody
too deep into it.
online try to sway you or change your opinion of it. Like go in and just honestly enjoy yourself because it's gonna be good.
I mean, basically, the only criticism we just gave you throughout this whole thing was Pedro Pascal and CGI,
isn't
which
the
is
best.
always a
Yeah.
problem recently.
Not even that he's bad.
so-
He just isn't the best.
Yeah.
And with how much CGI is in this, that is like not even much of a problem because like this is loaded like to the
Pretty much
brim,
every
like, with
shot.
just,
Oh, yeah.
like
It's like a
Tons
VFX
of
shot.
Easter eggs and
Whether you
stuff
agree
in
if
every
it's the best or
corner.
not, it's a good movie and
Right.
you'll
Yeah.
enjoy yourself.
Yes.
Right.
Go get a ticket.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Agreed.
Silas.
No, nothing really.
Yeah.
Let's get to the spoiled for me.
Yeah.
Support
Yes.
your local theater.
Spoiled it
Yes.
time.
Support your local.
You have been warned. Spoiled it.
And
It's
don't
on
get
you.
spoiled unless you want to,
Yes.
or unless you've already seen it.
So we're going in the spoiler territory. So strap on, folks, because we're
Spoil
talking
little
about
bits.
the deaths. We're talking about all that good stuff.
or
Yes.
lack thereof.
Yes.
Or lack thereof.
Yes.
Or lack thereof.
Oh.
Well, I feel like the one I always like my brain instantly just goes to because like I feel like this is what pisses me off when it gets spoiled for me in movies is a character death or
Right.
something like that. So do we want to talk about that?
The major one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was-
Let's get into that. I think that's a
Okay.
good one to start with.
Yeah.
You talking about Invisible Woman's.
Sue
Yeah.
Richards dies.
He's
Yeah.
dead. And
She's
so
dead.
is Johnny.
Yeah.
So is Johnny. Johnny
The-
died too.
Following one of the craziest and most hype moments I think I was screaming, dude, in that theater. I was like, oh, like
Morgan was
freaking
losing
out.
his mind.
I
next to
I
me,
was
dude.
too, dude.
It's
Like
crazy though, because the next movie like is a Doomsday, so it's just gonna be like the Fantastic Two.
That-
psych. Fucking Franklin brought her back to life.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Right.
We got lore accurate Franklin Richards, baby. He's
His
a little.
eyes turn crazy.
He's a
Yeah.
little power cosmic being, and he just has infinite power.
So in the comics, doesn't she have twins?
I think so.
I
Or
thought
is it, are they at different times in
it-
life?
it's
but
funny
she has two kids,
you
right?
say that because
there's a
I
girl.
thought so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
believe
they
have it.
mentioned in the
Yeah.
thing
in-
about twins.
that
yeah.
they were
there's
like that
so many
twins
Easter
wasn't
eggs
like
of even
supposed
things
to like
that.
be possible. Like it was improbable.
Yeah.
The
something
second
like
baby
that.
was invisible. We didn't see it come out. It's still in the ship.
That's funny.
And
That'd
then
be
there was
wild.
the mole.
That'd be a wild-
Mole, I guess they didn't really reveal this
Subterranea.
too much. The mole man.
The
and all
Subterranea
that
being
sort
like
of
an
stuff.
actual location, which is a pretty fucking OG reference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
That was awesome.
And Mole
dude.
Man just like
Mole Man was
is
great.
like, I like Sue, like she's my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I guess they had some like really nice conversation.
So
at
that's
some
something.
point.
That's something to actually touch upon right off the bat. Here is like there is no origin story. It's a bit like Superman in the sense where
but done better.
Yeah.
they drop you in the lap of
All
the
they-
Fantastic Four are the biggest heroes on planet Earth in
I
this
really
reality.
like.
They are
I
just,
really like
celebrities.
that both films dropped you in like that, but like I really thought it was done better in this film.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel
it
like
did.
with Superman, I had like a bit more like kind of questions at point. In this, I didn't. I didn't have questions.
No, it just
And
flows
I'm-
really well.
And with both Superman and Fantastic Four, I am familiar with each of those characters, but I am not with the comics really. My
Gotcha.
familiarity is through like animated TV
Well,
shows and
particularly-
movies and
Right.
like live action movies.
They do at least also give you like
And
a
TV
little
shows.
flashback type
Yes.
of stuff. Like, or they're like, as we all know, we know the history, and it's showing actual like
Yes.
footage of them
Yeah.
getting the
Film
rock
presentation.
and everything that happens, blah blah. There,
I think even if they didn't do that, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
like that
No,
didn't
but-
feel
Yeah.
forced or anything either,
no, but
right?
they went the mile to do that, and they
Because it was
actually
kind
did a
of
damn good
through
job.
the
of it, too.
guise of they did these things with like ABC News and stuff,
like
or,
new,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
show,
TV
so it was,
specials. Because,
like,
like I said,
Yeah.
they're celebrities.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
so it was like using archive footage from like them when they were about to go up into space before they turned into the Fantastic Four.
Which would be interesting if they actually did a movie of like Fantastic Four origins. Like they kind of go back with these characters.
I mean, I'd be for it. I don't think they
I don't think it
are,
would be
but,
great.
Like,
Like I don't think like I don't
but
you know
why
who knows
not?
how, but
Animated?
they
Just
could.
seeing this and
Animated?
loving
But they
it
could.
as much as I did.
Like I would maybe see it.
Revive the Fantastic Four cartoon.
Please.
Do it,
Ooh,
Disney.
that'd
Do
be
it,
cool.
Disney.
That would
You
be-
did it.
Please.
You did it for Spider-Man. You did it for X-Men. Do
And
it for
that-
the Fantastic
And
Four.
that looked like it was so like, which just like the original cartoon was too, so low budget, shitty animation. But
Yeah.
like,
right.
they could be like, oh, that's cheap as fuck. Sure, let's do that.
Yeah.
People will watch that.
How
Why
much?
not?
How much is it going to cost?
I
About
think they should
about
do it.
15 million
Yeah.
per episode. No, the whole show.
Damn,
Fucking run it.
fuck it, we ball.
Are you serious, Phil? Holy shit!
Wow.
Do it right now.
Yeah, run that shit, dude. Get a
We can
writer's
get, we can
team
get
together.
Pedro. We can get Pedro in that, right?
Get in the writing
God.
room.
But so then the other spoilers is that people are, I think, wondering, is Doctor Doom in this?
Oh, did you see? Did
yes.
you notice?
Kind of.
And
Did you notice like the UN meeting where
his
he
cape
put
is-
Latveria
Yeah,
had
his
a
mask.
like, an empty
His
seat
mask.
too in there?
Yup.
Oh,
Yeah, so I was talking about how like they had those UN meeting sort of things going on.
And they had the
Latveria
Latveria
is
chair.
just
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
empty. No one's there. You're like, up. Doom didn't want to come.
That was
Yeah.
great. Doom didn't want to cut. I wonder what he's doing.
He's not there for the glazing.
Yeah.
Whenever
Which
they're
I feel
glazing
like
the Fantastic
which I
Four,
feel
he's
like
like, I ain't
instantly
going.
set up,
Fuck that.
like, because that was early in the film too. That the first
Very.
time they did it, I was like, he's gonna be in this movie.
Yeah,
'Cause it was
definitely.
like-
He's gonna be in this movie.
It was
Yeah.
like the UN hearing when they set up like the Future Foundation or
Yeah.
something, and like
But,
Latveria was like the only.
Like we
nation
said,
not
he's kind
there.
of not in this movie because he appears in a post-credit scene. But Robert Downey Jr. They did not have that money to pay him to be in this
No.
movie.
Not for the this.
Yeah.
Not in this movie.
He was like,
And honestly, I think that was a mistake.
I know.
I think that
Because
was
I
a
think this
mistake on
should have
Marvel's
been the
part. I think
first
they should
way
have.
They introduced him.
I think they should have
Like,
shown
it-
us
it-
him.
It seemed like it cut short, right?
Yeah.
Like where I felt
Yeah.
like that needed
It-
just a little more.
What if they
even.
did pay him and it
He
and,
just,
he-
he's
and,
just
and they
for the
don't show
end.
him at all? He's actually there in
They
that
cut it.
suit.
They were like, nah.
They're just like, eh.
Let's not even put it in Doom.
That's why-
Either. Let's just completely.
That's why
cut
I'm
it.
really curious to see the official. I didn't even pay attention in the official credits. I should have.
I shouldn't. I didn't even see it
Because
either.
you would have seen in the
Imagine
official
it
credits.
was Robert
like,
Downey, but like you
Robert
just-
Downey
I'd be
Jr.
pissed.
Oh,
What?
well,
You
actually,
didn't even show his chin. You
No.
didn't show his chin or
That's-
anything.
that's
you just
not
saw.
entirely-
We can only afford to show him for 2 seconds
I
on
lied.
screen.
That's not
2
entirely true.
seconds.
There's been plenty of uncredited cameos before.
Yeah.
But
That was some guy on the set eating a fucking sandwich.
Yeah.
like
it could've
while
been.
while one
Probably some
hand
homeless.
is like
He's
holding
probably some
Franklin.
homeless guy
And I
that's on the
think-
set, like fucking, like just like munching on the sandwiches and stuff on the set.
Yeah.
And they pulled him on set one day and they threw him in the costume.
Can I say something? Can I say something though on that scene though that I did appreciate?
What?
I do appreciate. So
You're
the
gonna be
scene,
Doctor Doom today, you homeless.
the post-credit scene is like 4 years after the events of the film. They successfully repelled Galactus temporarily.
Yeah.
They like used this crazy Like Reed was gonna try to move the entire Earth using portal technology, but the Silver Surfer stops that before she has like a heel face turn and becomes a hero at the very end.
Johnny passed that speech check.
I also thought in that
But-
post-credits scene we were gonna get the other
Hold that thought.
kid,
Hold that thought, Liam.
since it was years later.
I will say that. So it's 4 years later. This scene. She's like playing with a 4-year-old Franklin now in like the Baxter Building in like their home, and she like gets up and walks away for a second to get him a book, and comes back, and Doom is just there, and you see, like we said, like we joked about, he has his cape and his hood up, and he's like in front of Franklin, like kneeling down in front of him, and he's holding his mask in his hand, so his mask is off, and Franklin is like feeling his face, it looks like, which makes me think he's gonna be all fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they're not gonna pull any punches and give us Robert Downey
You know what it's
Jr.'s
gonna do
slightly
though? It's
scarred
gonna be a
face.
Billy Russo from The Punisher, and he's gonna.
I was
be
gonna
like,
make that
fucking,
same
I'm
joke.
so fucking.
It's just gonna be a
No.
Jigsaw
I knew
moment.
you
It's just
were.
like he has a
I
slight
saw,
scar.
I saw
Oh,
you, and I was like, fuck, I gotta beat.
I have
Gotta
a,
beat him
I have
the
a
fuck-
feeling.
I'll
I
be
have a
so
feeling they're not
pissed
gonna
off
do
they
that.
do that.
I have
Oh
a
my God.
feeling. I have
That's
a
what
feeling
think
if the
they're gonna
Disney
do.
execs.
It's Robert Downey Jr. Like he's not gonna. He's like, no.
I think if the
I'll do
Disney
one
execs
star.
are listening to Kevin Feige, he's probably like, no, listen, I understand it's Robert Downey Jr., but he needs to look hideous. He needs to look like just or not.
Burnt face. Completely.
You know, it's kind of. I don't
Yeah,
want
his
to call a
character
burn
from
victim
Tropic
hideous. That
Thunder.
feels like very bad vernacular. he needs to look deformed, like
That's
just
fucked up.
just like something horrible happened to him. It wasn't just like a
hasn't
little
there been
scratch
a
on
bunch
his
of
face.
memes of that?
Hmm?
Hasn't there been a bunch of memes of that?
Yeah, I think I've been seeing those ones.
Like
Where it's like Doom and it's just taking off the mask and it's just the Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder. It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Never go full retard. Oh my god. But
Yeah,
No,
so I hope they're gonna go that route
I
too.
do too.
because if they know what they're doing, which it feels like they kind of do, like this is the most direction I feel like the MCU has had in a long time.
Well, can I give you and this is kind of separate, so like once again I don't want to get us too caught up in this, but I heard with Doomsday the third act hasn't even been written yet, but they're already filming.
What?
Yeah.
If that's
Where
the
did you
case,
hear that?
That's
I guess that's
wild.
just been the big rumor going around recently.
I
That
would.
doesn't. I feel
don't-
like that's not
yeah,
true.
I feel like that can't be possible.
No, like I've
I mean,
heard
it
like
could be
reliable
possible, but,
sources
like-
say it too, but like for like weeks it was just one of those rumors. You're like, I feel like
It could be a
bullshit,
situation
but-
where they're doing test viewings and they might be changing like the ending based on audience reactions
Well,
and stuff like that.
The only reason
but-
I think it's possibly a thing is because James Gunn was literally talking about that, like with DC now, like where he was with him running DC, where he was like, half the time these movies aren't even finished, and like I'm not doing that. Like I'm making sure the script is good,
Yeah.
the story is what's most important, you know, and
Yeah.
it's like okay, I respect that, but yeah, so I didn't know if maybe that was kind of the case here.
I feel like they wouldn't take that big of a gamble on something they're clearly putting all their chips on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
You know
like
what I
this,
mean?
this
Yeah.
one specifically, maybe other Marvel films I could see that
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
But this one specifically, I feel like they had their plan. They had a plan.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
feels like
we're
they
not
had a
gonna
plan.
fuck this one up.
Also
guys,
remember,
okay?
like-
Not fourth time's a charm.
Also, keep in mind that like the Marvel actors have mentioned before that a lot of times for these bigger films, they don't even get the whole script. They get like their parts, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
And so like they don't really actually know any greater context during filming.
What do you guys
Like-
think
like
of?
So
most
maybe
of-
that rumor could be going around, but they're trying to keep the third act like secret or something.
Right. Like
yeah.
I feel like that might be part of it because they keep secrets from their own actors. Like basically when an actor watches the finished film for the first time, they're basically watching the whole film
Right.
sans their parts. It's brand new to them.
Right.
They have no
They have
context
no idea.
of anything.
Isn't that
They're-
basically what happened to the Game of Thrones people the last season, and why you saw all those
probably.
interviews? That that
They
was
hated
right
it.
before- yeah, they all seemed like, meh.
Yeah.
they were like,
Did you guys know this was the same director as the guy who did WandaVision?
WandaVision.
Wow, really?
WandaVision.
Matt
I didn't know that, but that's great.
That's pretty awesome. Damn.
Yeah.
Good for
this
him.
was originally supposed to be directed
That's
by
one of the better shows.
Tom,
Yeah, that's one
the
of my
guy
favorites.
that did the Spider-Man movies recently.
Yeah.
Really?
But
Yeah.
he left the project, so I'm glad we got him because this
Do you know what
movie
he-
was fan.
Wish we get the
fucking
popcorn
tastic,
bucket
as
though.
I said.
Do you know what he said about that too?
What?
Galactic.
What's his
fucking
name? The guy who
popcorn
did
bucket.
John Watts,
I
right?
need it.
Yep, John Watts.
Yeah,
that's his
you know
name,
what he said
yeah.
about that too? I'm pretty sure it was John
Did he
Watts
eat
who said
popcorn
it.
out of his
Someone
mouth
asked
or
him
at
why
the
he
top
turned
of
down
his hat?
Fantastic Four.
And then at the top, the thing.
From the top of the
Yeah,
hat.
yeah.
Oh, would have been fine. Just-
And-
Wasn't he
mouth.
burnt out from
yeah. You
doing
know what?
Spider-Man?
You're right. If it was from his mouth, it would have turned into a dune bucket situation again.
What?
Some
Talk about
bait
Mark.
side conversation going on right now. John Watts, the original,
The original director.
the guy who did the director of Spider-Man trilogy. He said in an interview, I'm pretty sure it was him.
Yeah.
He said in an interview that the reason he declined Fantastic Four, it wasn't even necessarily
No,
burnout.
he was on board, but he left like early.
He felt like he had done too many superhero films to really produce another great one.
Well, I heard he said he was burnt out mainly because of the way they were doing movies during COVID and shit too.
Yeah.
So and then it's probably more back
But
to
the
normal
thing is,
now. But I think it just burnt him.
The thing
out,
I don't
where
want to
he was like,
focus
"Fuck
on,
this."
the thing I don't even want to focus on is the burnout. It's the fact that he recognized that he wouldn't create a good enough film in that state and decided not to do
Yeah,
it. Like
early
he
on,
he
too.
could have just gotten a fat paycheck and made a subpar film and walked away.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
without
think
caring.
filming had started or anything, but he was very involved for a while. Like
Yeah,
I'm sure with the script,
Probably
and
casting,
stuff.
too.
Yeah, exactly. I
So-
think exactly he was on board with when the casting was announced.
so
and
it's
stuff,
more
I
the fact
believe.
that he knew that he would create something subpar and decided not to do that instead of just get a fat Disney paycheck and call it a
Yeah.
day. So that's
And
like
this-
some nice integrity finally from
And
the
this
director.
guy has also directed, besides WandaVision, Game of Thrones, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Well, that's an interesting list.
Let's talk more spoilers. I want to talk
Yeah.
about some of the badass scenes of all of them using their powers because they did a pretty fucking great job of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the scene earlier, I just thought about this that I referenced.
Oh, the one we wanted to talk about
when Morgan was
earlier.
like talking about like in the comics, like that would be nothing for him. There's a scene where Galactus, he's on Earth, and they're like trying to lay a trap for him to transport him to that other area in the universe.
Yo.
He's got Reed in his fucking fingers.
Oh,
And he's
that was
like-
crazy.
and he's, like,
Holy
stretching him
shit.
like a stretch
Stretch.
Armstrong.
Like a piece of
Stretch.
Laffy Taffy or like a Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, he's literally like,
Dude, that
so
scene
stretched
was
out.
like giving me Invincible season 3 flashbacks.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
oh my god, Oliver.
Oliver.
Oh.
And that was like the
Like
that was like
hearing
the
the
one
ripping, dude.
the clothing.
Oh.
That was the one thing that like that was just technically not comic accurate, but it's an acceptable break to make him because Reed can stretch to such like ludicrously
Crazy.
Oh, yeah,
insane
gigantic
proportions in the
proportions.
comics that like Galactus could have sat there doing this
Yeah.
and just like pulling
Hey,
him.
maybe he
Shit,
just helped
like-
him. Maybe he just helped him get to that point.
And
Like,
he would just
maybe
be
he's just
piling
like,
up on
"Fuck,
the
I can stretch a
ground,
little more
like-
Reed
now."
any size Richard.
Any
Yeah.
size you need, Richards. Yeah.
I'm-
So like that's an
I'm
acceptable
helping you reach
break.
your full
He's
potential,
still-
Reed.
He still stretched him pretty damn far though. Like by the
Damn it.
time he was
I'm
done,
gonna be your personal trainer. I'm gonna stretch you out.
by
You're
the time
going so-
Ben and Johnny interrupt him, which is the only time in the film you hear Thing say it's clobbering time outside of the cartoon is that scene.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
as he's stretching,
He
like
did say it.
Peak.
Human Torch and Thing are doing like a fastball special. Like Johnny's flying him at Galactus and is like, "Say the thing, and he's like, "I'm not gonna say the thing," and he's like, "Come on," and he's like, "It's clobbering time," and he fucking throws him into Galactus's cheek.
I will say
yeah,
that
it's kind of
scene.
sad that no one clapped. Like,
Yeah.
that was
me
Avengers
too.
Endgame
I was like, dude,
moment.
Yeah.
what the fuck, dude? I was like ready to like go.
I feel like we were all really
"Yeah!"
hyped, but like the
But
whole
nobody did
theater
anything.
was
So I
Yeah.
was like, oh
okay.
damn, I guess not.
Theater wasn't very energetic in general. I
No.
feel like.
No,
Yeah.
They weren't bad though, not annoying.
No, not
That's
annoying
always
at
a
all.
blessing.
But-
But yeah,
But that
they-
was a scene that definitely,
would
like you
not-
said, deserved some attention because it was
Exactly.
great. It was
I feel like-
executed perfectly.
I don't know. Okay, so I don't think it was executed entirely perfectly, in my opinion. And maybe rewatching it again, my opinion will change. But I think that like
it
I don't know
better
the pacing
change.
of it going from him being like stretched out to then like them being in the sky and doing like the whole comedy bit. But like I don't know. It just felt wrong to me. It didn't feel like the right moment. I don't know.
I never had that with this, but I think that's been a problem to me with a lot of Marvel stuff, like especially What If and stuff. It's like this comedy does not work at this moment.
What
and
about that
stuff.
moment didn't really work for you? Can you
I think it was just
articulate?
it was so tense,
Mm.
and then it was all of a sudden like funny, and then like it was awesome, which is such a weird emotion to go through. But then it was also slow in that part where like it went from him being stretched and tensed out, and it's like, dude, he's dead. He's dead. You've
Like, you
already
should be
wasted
hurt.
too much
Like, you should
time
be
doing
hurt
the whole
after
comedy
it.
bit from A to Z.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which I'm glad they utilized.
And that's
actually.
it's good. Like
No, I
again,
get-
like
I get what
if
you're
I go back and
saying.
rewatch it again, maybe I'll feel
might
better
be
about it.
different,
But like,
yeah.
More spoiler talk. I'm glad that they actually utilized Galactus's arrogance
yeah,
as
Yeah.
one of the reasons for why they actually win, and it's because like at any point he could have killed them.
yeah,
But he was so single-minded in what he was trying to do because he's basically trying to use Franklin. The whole plot of this film is not Galactus destroying Earth. It's actually Galactus wanting Franklin
I want your baby.
to make him
Give me the
him
child.
take
What
over.
the fuck, dude?
It's to make him take over as the
Dude,
Devourer.
no.
yeah.
You can't have our baby. I want your baby.
Because
I
Galactus
want your
Galactus
baby.
wants to die.
I mean,
He wants to finally be free of just endless hunger and
have your
having to feed
bitch
on
ass baby
planets.
take over. I'm done.
And so they utilize the fact that he's so single-minded in that goal as an explanation for why they're even somewhat effective in delaying him. It's because he's kind of toying with them,
Yeah.
like the whole time. He's just like,
clever for a bunch of ants.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
like
Puny little lad.
clever little bugs.
Yeah, yeah. So good.
Like when he realizes they're trying to trap him, yeah, like he has this arrogance about him, which is important because
Yeah.
Galactus is pretty much all powerful, and yeah, he's very scary, but he used to just be a guy. Like
Yeah.
he was just a dude like anyone else in the universe before this one,
Used to get
and he
baked.
still has aspects of the fact that he's not some superior being. He's still fallible,
Mhm.
and he underestimated them.
Used to eat pizza.
Probably, I don't know.
So does Galactus have some kind of like telekinetic like ability?
He has the power cosmic.
Okay, but does that mean he can like make
He-
people
he can- he
like
can
just
do pretty
freeze
much-
as
He
like?
can do
Cosmic
pretty
is
much
like
anything he
Thanos
wants.
shit.
Why the fuck didn't he do that to any of them?
That's what I just said.
'Cause that's
He's
too broken.
arrogant.
I mean, like I know, I get that,
because
but like,
he thought he was in control of the situation. Like so much.
like I
but,
think of the
like,
moment where he grabs the baby and he like starts lifting the baby out of the carriage, and it's like, dude, you could have done that at any point.
I think the implication was that he like thought he was in control of the situation, but Reed had like prepared for his like arrival.
Yeah.
Kind of and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Well,
I think that was like how that kind of gets filled in a little bit.
well, think about this too. Like, remember when we Galactus going from planets, and you saw him like at one point, like it was like 3 or 4 days ahead time.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, he's just passing by Jupiter. Oh, now he passed by Mars the next day. If you're traveling through space this fucking quickly, you'd think he'd be fucking being able to go from Jupiter to Earth would only take a day.
yeah, and
In
they're
realistic
building a
terms.
lot of stuff.
It's just
They're
fu-
building a lot of
Yeah.
things.
Comic books.
Comic book logic.
Bullshit, yeah.
That was probably one of my only complaints of this film. Well, like
I feel
there's
like they're always gonna have that stuff.
Always,
like, and like I
always.
totally agree with you. Like you should nitpick it. Like if you find it, if
Definitely.
You, if it becomes a flaw to you.
Mhm.
Somehow I never saw that with like a lot of the stuff with this movie, but maybe I was just in awe. Like this is so good. Like,
It was really good. Like, and it's not even like the biggest nitpick. I just think that like there were some points where like things were being invented at such a rate that I was like, oh my god, like that would have been months, if not like years of like work
like
to
when
build.
Reed made
Oh,
the
but
suits or whatever.
That's fucking Reed Richards, bro.
No, but also
Reed
there's
Richards
other
is so
situations
OP.
like where
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what
know,
I was
like
kind of thinking. I was like, because the suits, I kind of was like, that was quick and you didn't see it at all or anything.
Yeah,
and I was
like,
Reed,
it's
though.
Reed.
it is
Yeah.
Reed.
It
I
was
get
Reed.
that. No, I know
It's
that
Reed
in
and
those
uniting the world,
situations
too.
it
And
was
that's like
fine.
an easy one for him.
And I
too,
get like
not
the
even a hard
population of
one.
the world, like 7 billion or 8 billion people are like all building these like things at an accelerated rate.
Okay, yeah, so that was kind of what we alluded to earlier when we were talking about this being kind of an idealized 1960s world.
Right.
Yes.
Literally, one of the plot points in the film
Right.
is the entire world deciding to work together for the greater good.
Yep.
Which
Which
makes
is-
the most
Spider-
sense.
That's
Which
but-
makes the
Spider-Man.
most sense,
That
but,
Spider-Man
like-
2 moment, but like I get what you guys mean because it was unrealistic.
do
Where it's
kinda
like we're
have
gonna
to
get
suspend your
everyone to
disbelief
turn off the
there.
power in the
Yeah.
entire world
Every day at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
power
I-
curfew to
I-
conserve energy.
I actually believed that was going to be a part where everyone else is doing it, except in Latveria. It's like they needed. I just imagine
somewhere
they
in
needed
Central
something in
Europe, it's
Latveria.
just this glowing
Yeah.
beacon. At
It's
past
Reed like,
8 p.m.
Victor, what are you doing?
He's
Dude,
like,
that's a good point
No,
though.
I don't want to do anything your plan. I want to do it my way.
Good point.
like,
Silas,
no.
Good point.
I definitely think
Yeah.
That
that
was the
like
only thing I
the
was half
scene
expecting.
where and like I said too, like I think with
perfect Doom pettiness.
Yeah.
where
I know.
where Sue is basically telling the
We're not
world
turning
she's
the
not going to
lights
give
off.
up her child, and she goes out in front of their building and basically tells everybody family.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just didn't totally like it at first didn't work for me, but as I think about it, she has so much weight in this universe.
I think that scene,
Like,
I think I
her
had the
voice-
same thing you just said. Where at first I was like, I don't know how this is gonna be, but then I really actually like that.
You know what the
scene.
biggest selling point for that scene is to me?
What?
And it's brilliant that she did this. I think up till that point, nobody on planet Earth had even seen Franklin.
Yeah.
To them, he was this abstract concept of a baby that they'd never actually laid eyes on, because when they saw Sue, she
It was tucked in a blanket.
Yeah,
and all
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
They
But she
kinda
went
saw
out.
it, but like she like really like
yeah.
Hid
put
it
in
away.
their face and stuff.
And
She
she's always-
introduced
was in,
them.
she was in the
Yeah.
back the whole time, but like then she went out and held him up and showed them his face. And
Yeah.
you see, even before she even starts saying anything, some people are like putting down their signs and they're like,
yeah, shit.
"Oh, we're cheering for a literal
Wow.
baby to
Sac-
get killed,
baby
dude."
sacrifice.
Yeah.
Wow, this ain't.
So it kind of that's
That-
why
that-
that
yeah.
worked for
That's
me,
and again,
yeah.
that's why like after the fact, like I do
Which
think it
sometimes
works,
people
but
do
it is
have those moments
like
where
you
they,
said, you
they
have
think
to
about,
suspend your disbelief because
Right.
there are
Exactly.
some people.
It's a
There's a lot
comic-
of people
it's a
out there
comic
that
book
probably would be
thing.
like, "No,
Kill the
dude,
baby.
kill the baby,
we
save
were
the
talking
planet."
about.
Kill the
Like,
baby.
It's
Like,
the
they wouldn't even
Fantastic
think about
Four-
it.
Wouldn't
the
even think
Fantastic
about it,
Four, They
but it's
basically
like,
made
dude,
the,
no,
almost
man.
a perfect world into this. because
Yeah.
it's so
Exactly.
wholesome.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a very wholesome world.
It's the world I wish I lived in.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
guess the other spoiler
Not just
we
the
can kind of
aesthetic,
talk
it's very
about
pleasant.
is
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting their world didn't. I thought this was gonna end
Them
from
losing
how
or some shit?
Thunderbolts. Yeah, from how
Yeah.
Thunderbolts.
It subverted my expectations on that big
how
time.
Thunderbolts post credits.
Now it seems like it's gonna have something to do
Not
with
to
Doom.
spoil that for anyone, but we're going to because it spoiled it. Thunderbolts post credits had Fantastic Four ship coming into the MCU universe since this is a different
motif.
Earth,
The motif is so
and
good.
this movie did not end like that or tee that up or anything. So we're like,
Not even a little
okay,
bit.
how is that gonna get set up? Just must be in Doomsday.
Yeah.
Didn't mention it at all. So it's like, dude, what the fuck does that mean?
What's the
Like,
transition here?
Where's the
Like,
transition? Are we just gonna start
I could
with
see it being like,
Doomsday being
well,
like,
think about how Infinity War started.
yeah,
Like, Ragnarok ended and everything seemed hunky dory, and then suddenly at the beginning of Infinity War, Loki's dead, fucking
So do you think it's
Heimdall's
like
dead,
Fantastic
Thor's
Four.
fucked, Hulk is being shit whipped at Earth.
That's what I'm
by
thinking. Like the
Bifrost.
Fantastic Four,
Like,
like Hulk in that scene where they're landing on
yeah,
Earth, and
I feel like
the
it's
new
gonna be
Avengers
almost a cold
are
open
Yep.
in
Yeah.
Avengers
the new
Doomsday.
Avengers are like
You also have to
the
put quotes
Hulk
between Loki
or
dead.
no, Doctor Strange.
Coming back, I guess, right?
I think so. Like they're gonna the Fantastic Four are gonna show up and be like, "Yo, we need your help."
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and they're gonna be like, "Who the fuck are you?" Like
Why are they gonna need their help though?
something's Doom
Doom
related. I don't
related.
fucking
It's
know,
got to
man.
be.
Yeah.
Matt.
What's
or
the theories
Morgan-
on like what do you guys think Doom is like? Like clearly he's got some ass.
What do we
or
think he's
something.
Doom
doing?
takes over the world, and they maybe have
Who
to ask other people,
knows?
another universe for help. I don't
Probably
know.
Battle World, if anything. That's
feel
that's
like-
best case scenario.
I feel like they're gonna almost portray Doom in a light where it's like he might have a reasonable request for them, maybe Galactus related. Because remember, they only impeded him; they didn't beat him permanently.
Yeah.
They just zapped him somewhere at the edge of the universe, but he's still very much Galactus out there.
Yeah.
And if he finds a way to get back, he will.
And he's not gonna be happy.
No, not at all.
He's gonna also
So-
be eating a lot more planets.
Yeah, like
He needs to
who
take
knows
that
what
pit
happened to
stop every so
Shala
often.
Ball because she went through the portal with him and betrayed him at the last second, so that's probably not going to end well for her.
Yeah.
Dude, plot twist. What if fucking Doom is the father of?
Shut the fuck up. No.
No.
It's more likely to be fucking Namor.
Don't, dude, I was about to say that.
Namor.
The fucking
No.
the cuck king himself,
yeah.
Who's
Namor.
that?
So we're gonna get
Why don't you leave that bumbling fool?
So I guess
Richard
when we
to
see
come
them
be with a
next, the
real man?
Fantastic
Oh my
Four,
God.
it'll be in
Cringe.
Doomsday.
Jesus
And
fucking
we'll also
Christ,
get
Namor.
Doom because Doomsday, and we're also gonna get Namor.
Dude, you think they're
too,
gonna have? You think they're
so-
gonna have Namor be fucking obsessed with Susan? in
Yes.
Doomsday?
Probably.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
Like immediately the second he lays
Yeah.
eyes on her, he's just obsessed.
You're the
with
most
her.
beautiful
Yes.
thing I've ever seen. Who the fuck are you?
I want to see Reed punch him in the face.
Yes.
I want to see Reed clock him. I want to see
Yes,
Reed blow into his
please.
thumb like an old Looney Tune and turn his fist to the size of
I
a
was gonna say
boulder.
that was the one thing I thought we were gonna like see him do that, like the Galactus when he was going for the
Yeah.
baby. I thought Reed was actually gonna do
Sock
like, the
him.
giant hand fit,
Yeah.
the giant hand punch like he does. I'm like, I would have been.
Like we
I was
said,
hoping for that.
Reed's a little
There's-
lacking on the.
I feel like we'll get more.
the moments of it's like they were a little afraid they didn't want it to look like shit,
My
which
girlfriend
I
also
get because it didn't look like shit ultimately, but it seemed like there was not a lot of Reed stretching.
brought up another like reference that like I don't think was a reference, but it's
Mhm.
like just like we were talking about how with like Godzilla, like
Yeah.
Galactus landing in the water is
Yeah.
basically kind of what we were saying of New York. He's like coming out of the water.
Yep,
like
that was
Godzilla.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that is
and
one.
the camera's situated on the ground, so it's as if you were standing there, like
And then you see a giant foot.
I just see
come
fucking
right
Galactus
She-
coming out of the ocean.
She had a couple actually. I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but the one I remember the most right now is when Reed is like climbing fucking Galactus, and it's basically like Shadow of the Colossus.
Yep.
Like,
Oh yeah, dude,
And he-
that's the
And
exact.
you know what's so funny
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
we're
the
getting to that
bad.
age now that people who grew up playing that game are probably working on these films.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
pretty intentional.
He was hitting the weak
There's
points.
a lot of things that I felt
Yeah,
like I was like,
literally.
oh dang, that's like this or that's like that.
I loved it. There was I want to say
guys
some
like
positive
Herbie?
things. I love
oh,
Herbie.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Classic.
Cute robot companion. That's a dub
Absolutely.
every time.
I love
yeah.
that. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that.
I liked when
Johnny
Johnny's-
was always like scratching his head. And he's
Yeah.
just like.
Johnny he,
Thanks,
like,
bud.
died in the comics and like Herbie replaced them or something. That's like for a little bit. That's like how Herbie got created.
Oh really?
I
Huh.
think so. Yeah, I mean, that's what I read.
I like
was
what he
like,
is now
huh.
more.
Yeah.
What I
Yeah.
was gonna say.
Yeah,
To
no,
say-
it's way better.
I
how
want
they
to say
did it
something
here.
positive about Pedro Pascal's Reed because I feel like we haven't done that too much. Besides, say like we had no problem with it
No,
except
let's
for a
keep
handful
being
of things.
negative, even though we all liked his performance.
I think one thing they got down with Reed extremely well is that one scene where he had that conversation with Sue, like about his like cold logic and about how he considers like every avenue, no matter how horrible. I felt like that was a really good
it's like his
portrayal.
superpower.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's like because you know the biggest thing about him has never been his stretchiness. That's just his like. That's just his abilities.
Yeah.
But,
Cool
like,
little
his
perk.
real
Cool little
weapon
perk.
is
Yeah.
the fact that he's the smartest man on earth.
Well, I guess this
Yeah.
director also said like kind of like spoiled it the other day.
Spoiled
it. Like was literally like, Pedro Pascal's gonna be the leader of the Avengers and Avengers.
Oh,
Doomsday,"
yeah.
or something
Yeah.
Like that. I was
Mhm.
like, okay, interesting.
Huh.
The fuck.
So like, I liked the scene a lot too, where when Sue was giving that speech about Franklin, and she was like, you know, my mom used to say like, I'd pull down the heavens and the earth for you out of the
Yeah.
sky, and like as soon as she says that, Reed's like listening, and you suddenly see him like blink and,
Light
like
bulb.
look away, and he's like, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah, the expressions were
Move
great.
He's like, move the heavens. Like you literally see the moment that she unlocks that idea in his brain.
Yes.
And there's a couple other moments like that
Yep.
where
I
like
think-
when he's looking at Galactus's back and he remembers that he was in the chair and he sees the holes and he's like, he needs to feed. So what if I open one of his stomachs?
Yep.
Will that weaken him? And then he fucking opens up the valve and like the fucking essence, like the energy starts pouring out of his back and he's
Yeah.
like.
That was
And
actually
then
a sick scene.
and then he
too,
gets
from-
Galactus's attention. Galactus is like, oh,
shit.
bet.
I think Pedro is pretty much perfect. I think like the one problem is like the baby thing, like we kind of all seem to kind of agree on, or a lot of us did. And then the other thing, I think, oh fuck, I'm losing it.
Lost it.
Slew
it.
No, it's gone. But the baby thing was a big one.
Yeah.
Because I was just like,
That's how inconsequential it is that he just forgot about it. One of the problems he had with
I
Pedro
think
is
they're
Reed
just
Richards
all-
just
Yeah.
literally
They're all
disappeared
so
from
good.
his brain.
exactly.
They're all so
Oh, yeah.
good that they all shine in different ways, and even Pedro shines in.
Not my
different-
plan.
Oh,
Hate that plan.
I remembered and how he interacts with the rest of the cast. I
Yeah.
feel like was still really good, but like was nowhere near like that, like
The chemistry
almost, like,
that the other three
chemistry
had.
that-
Yes.
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 Like Vanessa Kirby as Sue, like
But
absolutely.
him on his own
Evan
as
Moss.
Reed, fantastic. Like
Mhm.
great job. But like I think he could
Say that
improve a
again.
little bit with that other stuff.
I was about to say, with Sue,
Fantastic.
you can-
Fantastic Four.
you do feel the chemistry with Sue, but yeah, Johnny and fucking
yes.
Ben, you don't feel it.
they were
as
doing
much.
their own
You
thing.
see a
man.
little bit with
Yeah.
Johnny, but also
were having-
Johnny. It's mostly just Johnny just talking shit to him most of the time as he
Yeah.
does, and
They were
just
having
can't-
their
and Pedro's just
romance.
taking it
You
like
look good with a beard.
And him doing that like little
Really?
thing for Johnny
Really?
where he was kind of like, oh, I did a nice thing. I was
Yeah, he
like,
did.
this is an easy thing for him. Like he was probably like on the
That-
toilet and did
There was-
that and was like, all
There
right,
was
I
one
got it
joke
done.
that I thought absolutely landed, and I will probably always laugh every time I
What?
see it. And that's when they put the baby gate in, and you see fucking Ben go around the corner not looking, and he basically trips over
Oh,
the baby
yeah,
gate, and
and
he
he's
goes falling down
he's
the
like,
stairs.
So they have Herbie like when they're getting ready for Franklin to be born. Herbie's like constructing. He's like basically on Reed's
Baby-proofing it.
orders, like baby proofing the entire Baxter building and like future foundation. And yeah,
So
like
funny.
Ben's approaching the stairs. He's got like a coffee and like a newspaper, so he's not looking. And there's a baby gate there, and you hear him eat shit. Just
My
imagining
God.
him falling down the stairs,
Yeah, and
like
then there's, like,
breaking
a
the
little-
walls.
the little child lock too for the cabinets too.
Yeah,
and
he just rips it
he-
off.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
just used to
yeah.
it opening up immediately, so he just rips it off like Herbie. It's Herbie every time. Like,
And he couldn't even
Herbie.
use his fingers to get it off anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know?
I like how gentle he was with the cookies too.
Yeah, like
Oh,
like
yeah.
using his fingers like this. I looked at Morgan at one
Yeah.
point. I was like, I love how they show like he's been the thing for so long that he's already kind of adjusted to living
Yeah.
that way.
What we should do.
Knows how to pick
we
stuff
should go
up.
see this in like IMAX. That's
Oh,
something
yeah,
I'm down
for
for Randolph.
that.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I'd
I
be
feel
so
like
down to go
this would be
showcase.
so dope, like in IMAX.
I definitely need to see it again.
Want to go on like
Yeah.
Sunday?
Yeah, or maybe even like a
Maybe-
Tuesday, like when it's like half off, even or
Oh.
something, might even be a good call too. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
true.
Austin said he'd be down to go and see it again on Friday too with everyone if other people
Like
want
tomorrow?
to go with them. Next
Or next Friday, okay.
Since that's-
Dan's
he
like,
gets
let's,
paid
let's
that
go
day.
tonight.
Since he gets paid.
Right now?
The night's young.
I've also been wanting to do a drive-in again soon, so like that it would be a fun drive-in movie even too.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
With my girlfriend's car, we figured out we can put use the thing to balance it all the way to the back of the car.
Yeah.
The thing.
And it sounds great now. Like when we're out there, we're like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like with F1 recently, we were like, this sounds amazing. Actually, like this is pretty dope because we had like these other tiny speakers too that could tune into the FM. But yeah, it was a
Oh.
fun time.
And then of course, like probably one of the most badass MCU scenes ever
Yo.
is near the very end of the film when like Sue literally kills herself by utilizing. This is what we meant when we talked about her being portrayed as by far the
one of
most
the
powerful
craziest
of the
scenes
Fantastic
I've seen
Four.
in Marvel in a
She
while.
uses because she can use her shields for telekinesis. That's one of those applications that Liam brought up in older films.
I
Had
was
never really
cheering.
been like
Dude, my real
explored.
name.
He's
I
been
mean,
doing this whole podcast.
No, I haven't. No, I
Oh.
haven't.
The whole
Why keep
time.
using our real name? Silence.
You can just bleep it out. It'll actually be kind of funny.
No, it's okay.
Everyone
knows.
It's in
at
the
this-
credits.
Everyone knows at
It's in the
this
credits.
point.
Hey,
Doesn't matter.
Hey, we
We're gonna
talked.
keep using our fake names, but no one respects us.
Listen,
no one
dude.
uses our real name, our fake names that we want to use.
We aren't respected enough.
Dude, you are the one who brought up the pitfalls of doing this shit tired last night, and then also said,
Facts.
"But we're gonna fucking do it for Fantastic Four anyway." Like that was literally what you
Thank
said.
Thank you.
So sorry if I slip up a bit because I'm exhausted.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
He spoiled it. One could say.
But anyway,
we're,
point
not,
being,
we're not really mad. We just gotta pull your
I know,
leg.
I know,
We
I
gotta
know.
pull your leg.
But point being, yeah, the scene where she uses her shields to literally push Galactus to the portal, like against his will.
that was
Yeah, that-
insane.
that was
That's
a
what I.
sick
That's
scene.
what I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna bring up initially because I was like, that part was badass. But,
Yeah.
like I was like, that's a scene with Sue. I feel like we haven't really gotten much. in
Yeah.
past
Her
ones.
just being an absolute badass. dude.
Absolute-
like where Galactus he
Full-
takes her baby and then starts walking away,
And then she just
she's
goes
like, "Bitch,
full
no,
mama
no,
I'm a
bear,
dude,
dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
she straight up fucking.
She just goes mama bear.
hardcore.
It's like fuck.
And you can see even Galactus' face when he gets turned. He's
Yeah.
like, oh. He just starts getting moved, and he's like, why can't I move?
No,
He's like-
literally.
it's like probably the first time Galactus has been like physically moved against his will in millions of years.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, what the fuck?
And that is one reason I did want to see also Pedro fucking step up too. When you seen Sue going full mama bear,
Right.
I kind
Which
of
he
wanted
did.
to
He
see at
saved-
least a
he
little
saved-
bit of Papa Bear in there too.
He did. He saved Franklin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted one giant punch right
Dude,
there too.
when
with
he
it.
hit the
Just
ground,
a little bit.
But when he
When
saved
he
Franklin, he
smacked
pulled
the
like an
fucking
Arya
ground in
Game
that
of
one
Thrones.
scene.
He just
Yeah,
came
he
in
was
for
like
that
I was like,
last
he's
minute.
dead.
Yeah,
I get all the
He's dead.
credit.
He was still slightly stretched out. You know, like when you stretch the collar of your shirt that one time and it's never quite the same again.
No.
You know what I mean? Has it ever happened to you?
Oh yeah, no, it has.
Yeah, like if somebody like has ever tugged your shirt way too hard and then the collar is like fucking stretched out.
or,
You're
like,
like,
saying-
or on the ones where it's like full.
Do you remember? Do you remember the scene where Reed Richards drops and hits the ground?
after Galactus fucking pulled him like a Stretch Armstrong.
he like hits the ground wicked hard and like fucking
Boom.
like they all hit the ground pretty hard, but like him specifically, he's like
And he's slightly stretched out still and all fucked up, and
Yeah.
you're like,
He looks-
oh,
he looks
Galactus
bad.
broke him.
he looks bad.
It's like
God
snap
damn.
elastic band.
He looks hurt. Dude, my man needs milk.
He looks hurt. Yeah, you think?
He needs some milk.
200-foot space god with the power cosmic just yanked him with Laffy Taffy.
He looks hurt. man.
He's literally screaming like that too. It's like, oh,
Yeah, man.
sounds like that doesn't feel nice.
Yeah, that was like
Dude.
a moment. You're like, oh shit.
I got
Like,
flashbacks to Multiverse of Madness
Can I
when
ask-
Wanda pulls that Reed apart like
I
fucking
want to get you
string.
guys' opinion
Oh,
on
yeah.
this before we like because
Yeah,
I know it's good.
We're close to
We're
the
close.
end.
We're
at
getting
this
close, but
point.
I needed to, like we haven't touched upon this scene yet, and I'm surprised we haven't because this
What?
was one of the most tense scenes for me.
What?
Was Franklin's birth?
Oh,
That was
Yeah.
that was a sick
That's
scene.
what I talked
actually,
about
yeah.
when it had like that Mad Max momentum because there's all this other shit going
There's
on.
a
in
lot that
scene,
happens.
Too. And then then she starts her water breaks.
I
and
I
you're
was
like,
I was like tense.
Fuck,
yeah.
That scene was like when they're slingshotting around it
The
too,
neutron star,
and like,
yeah.
dude, I was like, holy shit.
So
man.
that scene in particular, I loved that because they don't even actually explain why it worked. But I know why it worked.
Right.
And Reed knew why it was going to work too.
Right.
And it's because he's like they're trying to shake the Silver Surfer. This like they initially go out to space to like talk to Galactus and try to negotiate with him. And he says, "Give me your son and I'll spare Earth." And they're like,
Yeah.
no. So then
Fuck
now
you,
the
actually,
Silver
and he
Surfer is
doesn't
like
like that.
chasing them, and they're trying to escape his spaceship.
yeah.
And they get away. They go faster than light. But guess what? The Silver Surfer can fucking go faster than light because she's lore accurate. So she
Yeah.
hops
So
into
good.
she hops into the wormhole and starts chasing them, and they're like,
Yeah,
And
like,
so-
that shit, like that whole part, I'm just
I
like,
can't
this
shake
is
her.
insane, dude.
So like
Johnny, shoot her!
Johnny's trying to shoot her, but the wormhole is literally bending the light beams. Anyway,
I just want to say too, whoever did the
Fucking
VFX
probably
for that,
best
or
scene.
all the people that did
Thank
the
you
VFX
for bringing
for that,
up. 'cause
Infinite
thank you.
blowjob
Probably
Yeah.
the
for
best
life.
scene in
Thank
the
you.
film, honestly.
You
Yeah.
guys,
Like,
you guys deserve so many jobs.
yeah.
Oh,
You
they
des-
did a
You deserve
fucking
so
phenomenal.
many jobs because that I don't think I saw a single thing in that.
that was
entire,
wrong. Yeah.
That like was fantastic.
that part,
literally.
yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's-
That's
So
what
it
I'm
leads-
saying. Like those other parts, we gotta call it out where it is. But like,
Right.
This was an
overall, like I said, especially with how filled this was with
Yes.
Easter eggs and everything.
Leon.
90, I'd say over 90, if not 95%. Amazing.
This led to another great Reed moment too, the one I was just talking about when he's like, "Oh, drop here, Ben. It's a neutron star," and they're like, "Isn't that just like a black hole but with extra steps?" and,
Yes.
and he's like, "Yes, trust me." And Ben's like, "Okay." So they
Yeah.
drop out, and then they start going towards the neutron star, and Ben's like, "Reed, this is a really not a good idea. Like, we're gonna get torn apart." And he's
Gotta
like,
trust me.
and he's like, no. He's like, once she gets like beyond the event horizon, like time dilation will take over. It'll take her a month to escape.
Yeah.
And so they're going in. And it's like at first when you watch it, you might think, what the fuck happened? She's chasing them closer to the neutron star, and then she sees the ship get pulled in and get destroyed.
Yes.
And then she starts getting pulled into the black hole, and then she looks out and sees them getting away.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? What that was is Reed weaponized relativity. Because as they got closer to the neutron star and she was behind them, she started seeing time affecting them differently. So she saw their future that they hadn't even experienced yet.
Wait.
And then at that time they were leaving and letting her chase the fake future that she saw.
No.
So
And then she
basically
gets trapped
Tenet.
in the neutron star.
Basically Tenet.
I actually think that's a whole different thing happened there. Actually, Dan, remember when he asked Sue to turn the ship invisible?
Yeah.
Yes.
What they did was they only turned the main ship. Remember, there was also a ring that was
Yeah.
using them to go through.
That's
the
what
thing.
I
is what it is.
thought.
That's
Well,
what
that's
it
what it
is.
was. They turned the
Yeah.
ship
Oh.
invisible, but she was
And
chasing.
like my
then
version
they
too.
were only chasing the
undocked from
ring.
I like my version too.
Yeah, your version's good too, but I think that Silas is right on
that's
that.
and that's what she was doing. She was just chasing. And like
She
once
was chasing
the
a
thing came up,
decoy.
she just saw the ring come instead get destroyed, and she was like, "Wait, hold on."
Yeah.
That
And
being
then,
said,
boom.
I still want to know how they were able to thrust enough to get the fuck out of the
Yeah, that didn't
gravitational
make
pull of a
sense.
neutron star because they said they were already on low fuel.
Yeah,
Slingshot.
that didn't make sense to me.
Slingshot it.
But-
using the
Slingshot
gravity.
But again, an awesome scene. Like it
Yes.
just was
Oh,
so
fuck.
good.
Everything was fantastic, and then like you said, the whole time she's also fucking giving birth.
And that was
The
Oh,
whole
that was
time.
stressful.
that was
a
another
stressful
moment
scene,
where
too.
like I think that Pedro Pascal really did shine.
Yeah.
Like being
Daddy.
yeah, exactly. Because he locked into that mode.
Don't get anyone started, dude. There's already too many videos of Pedro Pascal saying that
Yeah.
on the internet. And
He's just done at this point. He's just
Oh
like,
my
sure,
God.
do with me what you want when I'm
Do
out
with me
here.
as you will.
I just accepted it at this point.
And-
you're all animals. Just fuck.
You're all.
What
I'm,
the
I'm
fuck?
I'm just Pedro. I'm just doing my Pedro thing, but people are gonna just tell me to try to do non-Pedro things.
I don't think
On
Pedro
daddy
has any
things.
fucking give a shit about it. Have you? I've seen the videos he's in. He just embraces everything at that point.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's just embraced it.
He'll
at this
fucking
point.
party with that shit. He'll have a fucking probably a shirt that says "Daddy Pedro."
Oh, good
Yeah.
lord. But anyway, yeah, that was another great Reed moment. That was another great VFX moment.
When the Silver Surfer put her hand into the belly
Oh,
too.
God,
Oh,
yeah.
that's fucking-
that stressed me
Yeah.
out.
That
Yeah,
was
that was.
I was
It was
like,
like
I thought that
this
was gonna
close.
lead into something too. I
that
was
was
like,
a good
holy
close
shit, man.
call there.
Like that means she was about to like rip
Rip it out.
Franklin out of her fucking womb.
Yeah. that was
Yeah.
dark.
Like that's
Yeah.
a little
That's a little dark.
horrifying.
Yeah, that was a,
For Marvel.
That's why it was
Yeah.
awesome, though. Where it was
That
Yeah.
holy
implication,
shit,
luckily it didn't
like-
actually happen, but the implication that at that point she didn't give a fuck and was just
Yeah.
about to be like, I'm gonna take that.
It shows
That's
the
why
power
she-
of cinema
that's why I
and
love-
the power of rating because it put the image in everyone's head.
Right.
Sue was
but,
like-
it didn't happen.
Sue was telling Johnny to like kill her. Like I was like, holy shit.
Shoot her!
like-
Shoot her! Shoot her!
And he's like, yeah,
Like,
when he
don't
gets-
just
and he
straight up
gets to the-
kill her. She was like, murder her.
Brother, you
Please,
better
murder
kill
her.
him.
He
Kill
gets in the
her.
gunner seat and he's like,
Be a good
Of course, I
uncle.
finally meet someone interesting. He's like, story of my life. Dude. I know what you're thinking. Johnny loves space. Johnny loves women. Hot, naked space woman shows up.
You know, during the whole chase scene too.
Did you know Ben hates it when Johnny speaks in the third person?
Fuck, all right, I love Ben for that.
Yeah, it was fucking...
But I just thought of the fucking scene of where she's just chasing him in the ship and they're trying so much to get away. For some reason, I remember that meme of fucking from Monsters Inc. of the fucking the guy chasing Sully down the fucking asking, "Give me the child,
Yeah.
give me the child." It's just that the whole scene.
I thought about the T-1000 from Terminator 2.
Oh.
It
I mean,
reminded
she
me.
does
It
look
reminded
like
me of the
that.
scenes of
Who,
them,
Robert
like
Patrick?
yeah, of them running from Robert Patrick.
Yeah.
Like the way she was just like not saying shit, just pursuing them through time and space.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, that's horrifying.
yeah, that shit is.
You're literally in a wormhole and she's catching up with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
But in
fucking
the end,
Like,
she
what?
kind of ended up being a good guy.
Yeah, I'm glad that happened very kind of abruptly, and there was no time
I'm
to explore it
surprised-
afterwards
Yeah,
because
because Johnny just bombarded her. He was like,
That was the scene that I was talking about too. The CG looked a little weird behind Joseph Quinn.
When
like
they
the
were up in the
TVs and
sky?
stuff.
no,
When they were up in
when
the
he was
sky, when
standing
he
on
was-
the ground.
oh.
When he was standing in the New York
Oh, yeah.
Central, like it weirdly, like the shading or the shadows or something, it was clearly like a not like real. Like he
Yeah.
was on like a green screen or blue screen or
And it
something.
just felt seen in that in that
very
particular part.
very
yeah.
off. Like I
Yeah.
could easily see it.
I'm not gonna lie, I do like the way they beat her too. Is psychological warfare.
I liked
Right.
that a
Which is-
lot.
that
That
was
was that was
actually a
great.
sick
I
way to
want
do it.
more.
Because,
Like
yeah.
I want more of that.
It's like
she
we
was
can't get
she
you
was just a
physically.
person at one point.
Yeah.
Like being the Silver Surfer hasn't completely stripped that away.
I'm surprised she didn't get to Earth sooner though, at being how fast she is and knowing that
Well, she-
she's been there before.
No, she's from a different planet.
She went to Earth originally to herald the planet.
Oh yeah, no, but
So she
but-
knows where
She
it
was
is.
stuck in the neutron star. I think that
right.
was the thing.
She can move faster than Galactus can,
Yo.
Okay.
Yeah.
and she can't devour the world for him.
So she got there at the exact moment that they were like about to fucking I don't know, man. That
oh, are you talking
the-
about
like,
when she
last
showed,
second-
when she showed up and
yes.
pushed him in?
no,
I
no,
fe-
no. When she last second like destroyed the like
Sorry,
shield,
The teleporting thing. Yeah.
like the teleporter.
Oh yeah,
Well, I think, like I said, they were like she was like stuck in the neutron star for all that.
And,
that
yeah,
time.
I get that.
That's
But
And then
like,
I guess
yeah.
she, yeah, she
but
just
then like
happened
she
to
just
show up at the
happened
same
to
time
show up at the
Galactus is in the
exact
neighborhood.
moment, like it's about to finish the last cycle. It's like
Yeah.
Movie.
okay,
I was about to say that's just movie
how-
logic.
Movie shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just
God
movie.
damn it.
that's just how you create fake tension, right?
no,
there.
I know, I
Yeah.
get it, but like I was just like, what the fuck, man?
I know. I know what you mean.
Perfect timing as always.
Yeah, they were like 5 seconds away from it, like maybe working. Yeah.
Also, do you think if they teleported, they were just going to teleport somewhere and they were just going to leave the moon behind? Because that's going to fuck up the tides.
Yeah, that's gonna destroy
Yeah,
the
when
planet.
Reed
gonna fuck
was
up the
like, "Yeah,
planet
I'm gonna put us within like a 2% margin of error from like the inhabitable zone in another solar system," it's like, but Reed,
Are you
what about
sure?
the moon?
The
Also-
moon haunts
also,
you.
in the cosmic
it.
scale of things, 2% is a pretty fucking huge distance.
That I honestly I
I'm
imagine.
Reed. I thought this out, okay?
Yeah.
What if the reality behind that is if he did actually teleport the Earth, like it would have just ripped it apart?
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, they still were kind of just Hail Marrying. Like, they
Yeah.
didn't really know
What would
if
have
this
happened?
was gonna work. Conceptually, it was gonna
Yeah.
work, but they didn't have like a.
We're gonna trust that this isn't gonna rip apart the
It's
Earth.
not exactly something you can do a scale model of. You know, like you can't really scale that down to.
And he's
size.
desperate, dude. He's super desperate. So he's doing math very like. I mean, he's probably still Reed Richards, like smartest man on
Right.
Earth.
Yeah. But he's probably like. He's probably at that point where the chances of it going wrong are in what they would call an acceptable margin of error.
Mm.
But
I'm confident trying this, even if there is a chance that it might not work. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
yeah.
I mean, I'm just imagining how pissed off Khonshu's probably going to be. Just being left
The moon-
behind.
yeah, he's
Oh.
just floating in space.
Wasn't
He's
there
like, what the
also-
fuck?
Wasn't there also like a Fing Fang Foom reference at one point?
Was there?
I
Like
think
during
so.
like
They
the
said like a green dragon or something like that.
the
at
con
one
like the
point.
Oh.
compilation of them being.
Yeah,
Oh
like
yeah, no,
psychopaths.
I think Ben was like, so is this thing a dragon or something?
Yeah.
Or,
Like,
like,
a big green dragon. Or
Yeah.
something. I was like, that's definitely a Fing Fang Foom reference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Pretty
you're,
cool.
I think you're right.
But
Right.
there's so much in this movie. Like,
yeah,
like
there's
we
a
said
lot
earlier,
of
like
little
just
Easter eggs.
lot of-
got- go see it. You
Yeah.
won't be disappointed. I think that might even about wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Because,
Yeah, I don't
like,
think
I have
there's
one-
really.
I mean, we can go on probably. For
I have
longer,
one more-
but
we
got-
got-
like
gotta
this is
wrap
one
it
of
up.
those movies exactly. Like we usually
There's a
try
lot
to
to
stick within a
love.
certain time frame, but with how long this is, you guys can clearly tell we love this shit, and we could go on
I
about
think
it for 3 hours.
Lee's got something.
I just have one cool fun fact as well, which is completely unrelated to the story. Well, not completely. The Earth that it takes place on is Earth 828,
Yes.
which
Good point.
I didn't even realize this, but at the end they showcase and make it clear that that's a reference to Jack Kirby's birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
Yeah.
which is
That's
August
right.
28th.
That's great.
So
'Cause
they-
I remember people being worried that like they weren't gonna get proper credit.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
Stan Lee and Jack
And they end the
Kirby in
movie
this
with like a
movie.
Jack Kirby quote as well.
Yeah. Which is
'Cause it was very
good
inspired
shit.
by
Yep.
that era. So
respect.
It's
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the whole
Like we
movie
said,
low-key
literal-
plays like a love letter to
literal
that era.
comic
Yeah.
book cover recreation of the first appearance,
Yep.
right? So like that was amazing.
The whole film, the subtext of it felt like a giant love letter to like
Yes.
that era of comics, of Marvel Comics,
And I think
because
that's
that pretty
why
much
this-
made Marvel Comics.
And I think that's why this is the best Fantastic Four
Fantastic Four and
movie
Spider-Man.
yeah.
ever made, and one of the best Marvel movies is because like they went with that 60s aesthetic that like is with the most iconic era of the Fantastic Four comics. It might not be the best, but that's like what all our parents know.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like what.
Isn't your dad like a huge Fantastic Four fan?
Exactly. And my uncle and stuff like that. So like this one's for them,
Yeah.
and they made it for us.
I'm
too,
excited to hear
so-
what your dad is gonna have to see. He's probably gonna love this
Yeah.
movie.
But
Oh, he's gonna love it.
but as always, Pose, thank you for joining us on this one.
Go
we
see
really
Fantastic Four.
appreciate it.
Mm.
Go
Mhm.
see it.
Go see
It's
it.
fantastic.
Don't
It's
let us
Fan
sway
fucking
you.
tastic, as we said.
That's the thing.
The thing.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Here's
It's
the thing.
fantastic.
There's the thing.
He said the thing.
Stan, say the thing.
Say the
Say
thing,
Say the
Stan.
thing.
Johnny never said "flame on" though.
Oh, you're
Fuck!
right.
That was
Holy
pretty-
shit.
That was pretty sad.
Take back everything we just said. Everything we just
Ruined
said.
it.
Take it back.
Honestly,
0 out of
only
10.
his
Honestly,
action figure did
I
that
think-
Ben then crushes.
I think it
Yeah.
only makes
okay,
it up.
So they did it then.
At
I
least-
think it only makes it up. Oh yeah, true. The action figure.
Flame on,
Yeah.
flame
I-
And
on.
then he
Yeah.
just crushes it.
Flame
That
off.
was hilarious. That was fucking
I
hilarious.
think it
So,
only
yeah,
makes
they
it up
did
because they did it in Deadpool and Wolverine.
True.
That's the only thing I'll say about that.
True. That's a good point. And they're they're gonna do it in the future.
Right.
Oh,
absolutely.
definitely.
They're probably just like, shit, we forgot. Oh fuck. All
It
right.
almost had me thinking they were gonna kill Johnny off there for a second.
Yeah,
I thought
they
so
had
too.
to. They
Which is
did
a very
too.
popular thing to do.
Yeah. Thank God they didn't.
But they
Yes.
didn't. So
Yeah,
And they'll be
that's-
back
and
for
they'll be back in
Doomsday,
Doomsday.
which we'll be reviewing in December of next year.
Yeah.
hopefully,
Yes.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Unless it gets delayed, which it probably will. 'cause-
Spider-Man
You know
before
where to
that.
find us. Subscribe.
Yeah,
Yes,
this is the-
subscribe everyone. The Grill TV and 2 Pose in a Pod, which is on retro-TAINMENT on YouTube. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one, Pose.
Peace.
night.
Peace, everyone.